Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up, good people? What's up? We are back in the building. Yeah, saw the title. And my chair is acting funny. I can't even scoot up. Let me make sure that my sound quality is A-okay. Everything. Yeah, everything sound good. I'm sure everything good. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the show today. Happy Friday to everyone. Let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing started. Salute to all the good people that made it in bright and early. Bright and early. Misogynoir, I just sent you the link. I just sent the link to your email. So make sure you go ahead and get that link. Shout out to the early bird squad, those that make it in bright and early before the show even gets started. I appreciate each and every one of you. Melody in the building came through with the first comment. She says, like on the way in, definitely make sure that y'all do that. We got Debo W. He says, top of the morning to you, Mr. Riley. Shout out and salute. He says, I know Black Girl says, I know Misogynoir is going to troll and derail again. Well, I think it's derailing when he takes us off topic, but seeing as this troll, maybe derail. No, I'll say that. He wanted this topic, so how can you derail a topic that you kind of picked? But yeah, possibly some trolling. We'll get into that. Canis Lupus in the building. Thank you for coming on through. We got Soul Provider Speaks in the building. He says, shout out to the avatars that stay hating, but still stay here. Yusef Haslam in the building. He says, Misogynoir, my guy, that makes me question you. Not just playing. Ike in the building. What's going on? And salute to Ike. And this one particular super chat I was trying to find. Soul Provider Speaks in the building. Says, grats on 5K subs. Bernard, man, look. I feel like that almost happened overnight. I feel like I was at 4,000 very recently, and then boom, went right to 5. I gotta look at the analytics to see exactly how fast it happened, but yeah, it happened pretty fast. So this thing is growing. I'd like to thank everybody who have been supporting. You know, not just with the super chats, the likes, the shares. If you just you just come through, watch the show and enjoy it, drop some comments, all of that. Appreciate all of it. It all matters. I appreciate everybody who's contributed in any way, shape, or form to the growth and success of the program. I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. So shout out and salute and thank you once again. We got another super chat. Misogynoir is in the back chat, so we're gonna get into this. I see Game Changer in the building. Real good stream breaking down prenups yesterday, by the way, Game Changer. That was real good. I was listening in the clouds. We did a real good one. A good follow-up to fantastic stream. So, yeah, real good job on that, Game Changer. Man, cut to the chase, offering congrats and said, I'm glad to see channels in the Manosphere grow. Right on. But also we got Young J216 support Black Male Media. Peace, Bernard. Shout out and thanks. Appreciate that. Also got everybody coming through. Platinum Elite. He said Misogynoir is with the shits. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I'm about to bring him up in a second. We got 99 about to hit 100 already. About to hit 100 already. Melody in the building says congrats, Bernard. It ain't a big deal. My woman be noticing all them hearts and kisses now. She be like, who's this? I ain't gonna go there. Inside joke. Inside joke for me and my lady. All right. Don't get bougie on us. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's almost time for me to turn my subs off and get real bougie up in here. Turn off my subscriber count and get real bougie up in here. Congratulations. He says, congratulations, bro. Next step, 10K. Right on. I'm trying to get there. Yeah. But without further ado, we got to bring in the guest of honor. Got to bring in the guest of honor. Misogynoir in the building.
Mr. Bernard.
Hey, why don't you push to turn the camera off so it'll say something. It won't just say like I'm just talking to a black screen. It'll at least say your name and whatever. Okay, that's not much better. Okay, but I'd rather have that than a blank screen. Man, everybody coming through. I can't even do the show. Y'all showing love on the 5K. All y'all showing love on the 5K. Mega Derek says, congratulations. This is almost like DMT and Alice in Chains concert. Omega Dreads with the references. Game Changer is a prophet. He was making like skinned it songs way before Daniel Lay. I still don't even know what that's about with the new light skinned it controversy. I'm hearing people doing content on it. I don't even know who the artist is who apparently made a song for light skinned it women. I haven't heard the song. Haven't took the time to try to investigate. I don't really care about all of that. I think I've given my opinion on colorism. I think it's some good conversations to be had, but a lot of it is nonsense. D-Rock DM came through with a $5 cash app, says congrats on 5K subs. And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Caesar D1. I'd be forgetting to make people sponsors of the show when they come with the heavy-handed super chats or cash apps. But Caesar D1 came through and dropped $100 on the cash app. He did that like late last night or early this morning. Caesar D1 does that. He'll just hit you with it in your sleep. So that's how Caesar D1 rolls. Shout out to Michael Ross in the building. I'm trying to get this show started, but y'all showing so much love. Sir Tice in the building with the super chat. Appreciate everybody coming through and showing the love. J3 in the building. Oh yeah, I already read that one. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's get this thing started now. Oh shit, down. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, shit. Okay. All right. See, I can't even get the show started. The Mac the Trucker says, congratulations, Bernard, on 5K, brother. Appreciate it. All right. Misogynoir, you wanted the subject of something along the lines of is the manosphere full of simps, something like that. But before we get started, one thing I always do, I ask people, how did they find this space? So I want to know, how did you find this space? I'm going to ask you a little bit about your background, because I found out when I did a one-on-one with Ike, real good show, by the way. I need to go check that out if you haven't already. I found out there that you were actually a PhD. Is that correct? Something right. Like that. Like a lifelong journey PhD. You gonna get it by the time you're 50. You one of those?
No, I already have finished my PhD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
in what?
It's in plastic electronics.
plastic electronics.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So I'll answer your question. So I just finished my PhD in plastic electronics about 6 months ago.
Are you saying
So
classic? Are you saying classic with a C or plastic with a P?
oh, plastic with a P.
Okay, I've never heard of that, but go ahead. Carry on. Carry on.
All right. Right. So it's a you know how like your phone is made of like a screen, like you get these OLED displays or something like that, right? Like
I'm just
the
saluting
OLED.
Solo TV 84. Okay. All right, go ahead. I'm still listening. Shout out to Solo.
Right. Right. So what happens is my research was basically trying to make sure I work on this material, make it more electronically conductive, and make it cheaper and more efficient, and basically create brighter displays, make sure that you can still use it in the sun with like minimal energy. So basically the technology works by, you don't need to actually sustain it. So the battery life should basically last up to like 5 days, even if it's a smartphone. So that was what the research was on.
Okay. That's pretty cool. So you're smart in real life. That's nice. That's nice. No, I said that facetiously, but yeah, but no, that's nice. I like that. I like that. I like to hear brothers. Like to hear brothers doing things. That's nice. How'd you find out about this space, man? How did you get all involved in this? What
All right.
were you in?
Okay, so actually, I went on Obsidian's channel like about 5 years ago when it was still kind of growing. Yeah, so I've been with Obsidian for a while. I don't think he remembers me, but at least not from that time. And I used to watch Tommy Sotomayor, so I started watching a few shows, and I realized, okay, there's an alternative perspective up here. Everything I was taught in school, because I did a bit of sociology, and it made it seem like black men were the reason why relationships were failing. But Tommy Sotomayor started giving a different perspective. So I was like, what the hell's going on here? He was basically calling black women hair-hatted hooligans and things like that. And I was trying to figure out what's going on over here. Obviously, I don't agree with him. I think it is black men's reason why relationships fail. And that's why brothers think I'm a simp, right? But there's a reason behind it.
It's not just that you think it's black men's fault. It's the things that you say and the reasons why we disagree with it. So it's not just, we're not painting with the broad brush. And I think it's a broad brush painting to say it's black men's fault that relationships fail. It's black women's fault that relationships fail. I think anybody who does it that broadly is somebody who potentially is not even coming in from a genuine place. And that's sort of, but that brings us to the topic, because I found it fascinating that you actually wanted to have the topic was the Black Manosphere full of simps, but the first thing that everybody's assessment of you is that you were a simp and a male feminist yourself. So I feel like this is about to be either a pot calling the kettle black show or a redefining of definitions show. So I'm going to try to let you lay out your case.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Why? So go ahead. What makes you say the Black Manosphere is full of simps who call you a simp?
Right. Okay. So first of all, we got to define what the word simp means. Okay. So we can pull up the Urban Dictionary.
I guess we can do that. I mean, I haven't revisited or looked at that in a while, so I guess it won't hurt to pull it up.
Yeah, just so we all have the same definition. Otherwise,
no, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so I pulled up Urban definition. It says simp, someone who does way too much for a person they like. That's basically the definition I'm using.
Someone who does way too much for a person they like. That is a good that's a good definition. That's a good definition. That's very broad. That's very broad, because a guy could be I heard somebody worded this way and it was kind of interesting, but some two guys, they could be genuinely friends with each other, but one of them could be doing way too much in the friendship. So it's like he's sipping in that friendship. It's not a two-way street. He's overdoing it.
Can I drop some names and some brothers who are simps, or no facetiousness? I
don't care. I don't care if you drop names.
Okay, so a perfect example is O'Shea Simp Jackson. That's a perfect example of a
All
simp,
right,
right?
all right, all right, all right.
Now,
So
I'm not gonna go in. Okay. I'll explain.
why you think O'Shea? Why do you think O'Shea is a simp?
Right. See, by that definition, it's a person that does way too much to his detriment. This brother went in.
All right. See, there you go. There you go. That was the first spin move.
Okay.
Does way too much to his detriment.
Right.
You're saying that a simp is somebody who does way too much for somebody that they like, and I think what's implied in that definition is that this person that they like is not reciprocating.
Right. Yeah. That was implied. Right.
So how is it that O'Shea is doing that?
Okay. So
how the hell would you even know?
Okay,
I'll follow him around. If he's tricking on chicks in Uganda and they giving him vagina in return, I think I'm sure he feels that that's a fair exchange for his $40. So, but anyway, go ahead.
I'm not even talking about the tricking. That you know, if he has to do that to get to get whatever, who's knock his game. He's a simp because he went in and attacked Satan the sinner in order to defend his friend.
All right, no, whoa,
right,
whoa, no, we not. That's done. We not rehashing that, and that's goofy as hell. That's goofy. But you know what I mean. Obvious reason. No, I don't know what you mean. Come with another example.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so a lot of brothers in the space, I'll call them simps because they still have this blue pill matrix in their mind of thinking that basically that a woman and a man are supposed to come at the situation equal with like equal responsibilities and all of that stuff. They need to realize that nature don't work like that. Nature is going to expect far more from you as a man, and you just got to accept it. Brothers don't want to accept it.
Hold on, wait. Let's qualify that. What do you mean by men who think that women are supposed to be equal 50-50 with? I mean, what are you talking about?
Okay, so simple case is this, right? Brothers are trying to hold a woman responsible, right? Talking about their behaviors, talking about how apparently they act in ways that are not good. That they're basically trying to say that a relationship takes two people to work, and that's true, obviously. But they're putting responsibility on the woman as well, like as if it's supposed to be a two-way street equally. That's not how the reality works. As a man, the world's going to expect more from you. Brothers have to accept that and just stop this kind of woman hating that I've been seeing on the Manosphere.
Okay. All right. So I understand that you're saying that the world expects more of a man, so we should put less expectations on women. But the $1 million question is, are women free in this country? And do 100%. they have laws in their favor in this country?
In certain ways, yes.
Okay, so if you give somebody full and total freedom to do what they want, how they want, when they want, they can go work and make their money, and they can go live whatever life that they see that they find comfortable. They could be in a comfortable life and say, I want to do this, and they just leave and go do it, and in some cases suffer minimal consequence for it. So the game has changed. That's one of the unintended or intended side effects of feminism, of them fighting to be equal as men, that now they can do what the hell they want. So if they got freedom and responsibility now, then the whole accountability game, it's more accountability has to fall on them. Now I'm all for having the man beat your chest conversation, beat your chest, grab your nuts, and make sure that you do whatever you got to do to win in the situation conversation. I get that. I understand that. But if we having a larger, broader conversation about what's going on with relationships and what's going wrong with relationships in America, and you started out by saying it's not women's, it's men's fault that it's not going right, but then you turn around and admit that they have this freedom to do what they want when they want and laws in their favor, but then you're blaming men for what free people are doing in a free country with laws in their favor. That's kind of goofy to me.
Okay, so yeah, you're making an interesting point, but here's the thing: it's the brothers who are complaining about these relationships not working out. So if you're complaining about, it's a lot of
women were complaining for years, and but okay, all right, go ahead. I'll let you go down that path about the brothers complaining about relationships not working out. I actually,
I've been on.
There's gonna be so many foundational things that I'm going to try not to keep stripping you on the way up. That's a basketball term. I don't know how familiar you are with basketball, but somebody about to try to fire off a shot, and you don't even let them get the shot all the way up. You strip them when they on their way up. I feel like I'm going to have to keep stripping you on the way up because
that's a legal move, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a legal move, but I do want to let you fire off your shots. But it's the problem comes in when you're saying guys are complaining about these relationships. I mean, yes, the men do have legitimate gripes and complaints. But like you said, when you first stumbled across this space, you heard men giving a different perspective from the normal perspective that had been out there for years. Okay.
That's true.
So I don't even look at this as men just complaining about how downtrodden.
Have you been on Roger Report? It's just a bunch of brothers crying about how unfair the world is. It's a bunch of simps.
Okay.
You're
redefining simp, and I
okay,
would do.
Fair enough.
Roger Report has recently blown up in this space, but I haven't had time. It's only so much time I got in the day to listen to so many channels, and so I haven't had that much time to listen to his channel that much. Every now and then I will go in and just hear try to just catch 15 minutes of him setting up his argument or his point, just to get a general feel for what he talks about. And I like a lot of the things that he says, but if you're saying that his channel is guys just crying and complaining about what?
How unfair the world is, about how women treat men badly, and all this, a bunch of simps, literally just simping it out.
All right. Now, I don't know if that's true, but even if that is true, how does that make them a simp? Because they're saying this is a problem, this is wrong, and you could argue that it makes a man weak if he's talking about problems from a position of weakness, and it's nothing I can do about it. I can't win. Like for example, the conversation I had with the brother on the previous show. He said some things that I agreed with. I'm not just crapping on the guy. He said some things that I agree with, but at the same time, there were some things where I tried to connect the dots as close as I can, and he still had a problem with it. And I found out throughout the course of the show, he had a problem with everything. He was somebody who truly had that defeated mentality. He truly, I mean, okay, I don't want to take a crap on the guy, but we were talking about him making more money and getting an extra license so he can drive a UPS truck, because he works for UPS, so he can drive the truck and potentially make six figures if you get a certain type of license. He said, yeah, well, you get that license and you get into an accident, it don't matter whether it's your fault or not, you lose your job. I was like, so you're not going to cry? You're not going to get in the game? So that. And then we had a discussion about women. It was the same way, where it was so you're not going to try, you're not going to get in the game. Well, what if this perfect situation laid out for you? And he just found, and then he bent over backwards, try to find something wrong with this woman, or that would make me a beta cuck, or that would make me I wouldn't be her first choice. She's had sex with a lot of guys before me. And I was like, okay, so it was like a no-win situation for him. And that's a situation where you could talk about somebody speaking from a pure position of weakness with no resolve at all. And I understand you on that, but the title of the show is a manosphere full of simps. And to be a simp is to do too much for somebody else who's not reciprocating per the definition that you laid out. And I'm not seeing evidence that those guys are simps.
Okay, so the first evidence
criticizing just because they're criticizing and critiquing the world as they see it, that doesn't mean that they're doing too much for somebody who's not reciprocating.
But they're doing too much because they're still repeating the same kind of rhetoric and information. They haven't evolved, right? Imagine this, right? When you go to first grade, you learn about first grade mathematics, like 1 + 1. I don't know what you learn in first grade. You move on to the next level, you learn maybe division, etc. All the way up to high school, you might, if you're lucky, learn a bit about algebra or something, right? You keep evolving and you keep going to the next level. The issue with the Manosphere, right? Since I came over here 5 years ago and I went on Obsidian's channel, the same talking points have been consistently being regurgitated, and nothing is changing. These brothers are just talking about and complaining about how unfair things are, or women are this, or women are that, or you can't have this. I mean, sure, if that's the case, then learn about it, then move on. They're doing way too much, not changing how they think. Their mentality is exactly the same way as it was. Now, some of them might not be defeatist like that incel guy, fair enough, but their mentality is not one of a winner, right? A winner will go and, okay, if I got a problem, if I need to get myself to New York City tomorrow, I'll think, okay, how much money do I have in my bank account? I'll think, how much does it cost to get to New York? How much does it cost to get an accommodation? I'll look at the actual realities of my situation, and I'd find a solution and then move forward. Brothers haven't really done that. There's no like the next level to this. We're just stuck in the same kind of conversations. And I've seen some brothers, like that guy called Truth the other day, came in on the show, like Mr. Fantastic Show. He made some good points. It was all kind of gone over it. And we went back to the whole baseline discussion. Like, why are we still debating about prenups? We know that they're not a safe option. Why are we still debating about things?
Well, no. It's fair to debate about prenups if some people on the panel thought that prenups were good, or some people thought that they were bad. That's by definition a debate to be had. There are some people who have the information and know the information and are moving accordingly, and that's sort of the spin move that you're doing here. And this happens a lot. People will criticize the Manosphere because they say, well, the talking points haven't changed in the last 5 years, as if we're supposed to be by now. We're supposed to be splitting the atom. Like,
maybe not, but
I can go and watch Fox News today. I guarantee I can pull up a video 5 years ago of them having the same conversation with the same amount of passion. It's not because there's new people that enters the conversation. There's new listener. There's new people that come into this. Channels grow. A lot of conversations do have to be rehashed out. Teachers have to teach the same subject over and over again. Like, and so this happens a lot where somebody was saying, "Oh, you were saying that same thing 10 years ago." Yeah, God damn it, I'm consistent. like it gets goofy when somebody gets criticized for having consistent talking points. Like, and keep in mind, and there's one thing for the individual who sees the light and is talking about it. It's one thing for him to move accordingly in his personal life, right? But when he comes on a panel, he speaks about the problem. Now, the guy who says there's nothing you can do about this, and keep in mind, like, I don't listen to Roger Report that much, but the problem of marriage and prenups and the whole child custody and getting your shit taken and all of that stuff.
Just don't get married.
I saw Roger Report do a good breakdown of a non-sanctioned, non-state sanctioned marriage and everything.
But,
like, that's a solution.
No, it's not, because again, it's not a solution. Because you have common law marriages.
I'm sorry, what's that?
You have common law marriages. When if you some states have it, if you've been staying in one area long enough with a certain woman and she becomes dependent on you, even if she doesn't, she can have still the same legal rights as someone who's been state sanctioned in their marriage. So even that's not really a solution unless you specify exactly which states it wouldn't happen. And even then, I'm thinking the law is going to change to make all states, more states like that. So even that's not a solution. That's still dangerous. That's playing with fire, because you actually delude yourself that you're safe. But then when it happens 10 years down the line, you're stuck with alimony, and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell's going on here? That's not a solution.
Okay, so all right, well, let's walk down that path then. Okay, for that particular problem that we're talking about, what is the solution? Do you say that men should not cohabitate with women at all?
Right. So Jessica says it's only a few states. No, it's quite a lot of states.
Hold on. Let's focus. Right. Are you saying that men shouldn't cohabitate with women at all?
Exactly. That's it. I'm not a MGTOW. Exactly. I don't follow any one group, but they actually have a slightly more logical tenets, right? Cohabitation with them is part of the problem. It's because you're putting yourself in that danger, and also the fact that you're interacting with them in a way that they have the upper hand, as you say, right? I don't necessarily believe that, but that's what the Manosphere seems to believe. If you're interacting with someone and they have the upper hand, you're basically you're facilitating their behavior to continue and not to change. But if you don't cohabitate with them at all, of course, logically, what's going to happen is if they want you, which again, women are more emotional and they kind of need that relationship between individuals more, they're going to sort themselves out because they're going to want to be with you, especially if you've got your money, you've got yourself, and you're together, etc. So the issue here is brothers are complaining and hoping.
Time out. Hold on. Did you say that you shouldn't cohabitate with them? You should pull away from them for the reason of not giving them the upper hand in any power. But then you said, but if you got your money together and everything, they'll go ahead and they'll get with you and they'll act right.
Well, yes, but there's a prerequisite to that.
You just killed your argument. No.
You prerequisite, bro.
Time out. You just said getting with that woman, being with that woman, put you in a position where you're simping because she has control and she has power. But go and get your money right and get to where she got more that she can take from you now, and then go and be with her and get with her. You just nullified your initial argument.
No, because I'm making a grander argument. I didn't lay out yet. You go get your money.
Hold on, real quick. Gino Richardson, he says, good content. Yo, Bernard, your camera game is sharp. Got to give props, man. I be criticizing my camera. I want it to be a little better than that. But hey, I appreciate it. Infinity MFG says, to extend his analogy, should we abolish the first grade and claim it's time to move on? New people enter the discussion all the time. Yeah, that's more or less what I said. That's one of the, I think, fake arguments against the manosphere. A lot of people say that the conversations don't change. And like I said, we can find political debates from 1970 between Democrats and Republicans, liberals, conservative, and we're going to hear some of the same talking points.
Correct, and they're also retarded. They're by retarded, I mean they've stayed in the same position. I agree with you.
If I pull up a video of Thomas Sowell from 1975 making a point to whoever the prominent thought leaders on the Democrat side was back then, if similar discussions are still being had today by intelligent people, who's retarded in that equation?
People having that conversation today, thinking that it's going to work. Now, Thomas Sowell was an intelligent brother. He said everything that if you follow these things, they're going to work. That's true. But the issue why they're not intelligent, right? The so-called brothers you say intelligent who are copying that talking points is this. Clearly, it hasn't worked. Meaning, when those talking points are interacted with the world out there, somehow they don't get actually effective. Meaning, you got to find a different strategy. Just because it sounds like the right thing to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. So if you're repeating the same thing and nothing is changing, that's insanity. Einstein said that stuff, right? So yeah, you are retarded.
But if you're saying something as the spokesman for a thought process or an idea, and you're giving your views, your thoughts, your perspective, and everything on it, but there are still politicians and whatnot who pull the levers, and they don't all agree with you. And even the ones that agree with you, they may not win the political battle within to pull all the levers the right way. There's still going to always be debate. Debate almost never ends. Like you need
action. That's the point.
Well, no, it's not. I'm not even saying the need to take action type of thing, because that's. And I knew we were going to. I knew we were going to get here. Like before we got started here today, this morning when I was taking my son to school, I was like, let me put in some earbuds and listen to the first discussion me and you had. And I felt like we were having a discussion that amounted to you just trying to figure out a convoluted way to get men to shut up. I felt like you were just trying to protect women from criticism. And I think this is like phase, I was going to say phase 2, but it's probably like phase 776B of your plan to just get the black manosphere to just shut up and stop criticizing women. And that goes back to why I found it fascinating that you felt like men were simps for having these. You felt like men were simps, but all you're really doing, your goal is to just protect random women you don't know from criticism, and that turns into a weird thing. But I do want to. We went all around. I want to circle back to this. I want to circle back to this. You were on the brink of a good point, And when you made a good point, in my mind I was like, he don't really believe that point. When I said to you, do you think men should actually not cohabitate with men? I mean, I'm sorry. Do you think men should not
the truth's coming
cohabitate?
out. The
Shut
truth's
the hell
coming
up.
out.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. I was about to say, do you think men should not cohabitate with women? And you said yes. But then you went on and I feel contradicted yourself later. I think you contradicted yourself later when you said get your money up and your resources up and then cohabitate with women, which meant to me that you really don't believe what you're saying when you're saying pull away from women. You want men to get with women. You want men and women together. I'm quite sure you would love to see the marital rate go up. I'm quite sure you're with all of that. So that's why the waters of this debate is going to get so muddied because I'm sorry, what?
I know you finish your point first.
The waters of this debate is going to get so muddy because on one hand you're trying to call people simps for what I believe is just having the conversation, and that's just a deflection tactic, a spin move, a clever tactic to try to get them to shut up and stop criticizing women because you don't like to hear women criticized. But when it comes to you trying to fully, lay out the totality of your position, when I go to the next step and say, okay, you don't want them talking to women. Okay, what it was that you would like them to do? I asked you that important question. You said, yes, they shouldn't cohabitate with women, but then you laid out why, how and why and when they should. So I feel like you lost right there.
No.
I want you to really narrowly focus in and explain that whole situation. Don't cohabitate with women.
Right.
Get your money up, then go cohabitate with women.
Okay. Yeah. Let me explain that. There's no contradiction here at all. So the issue is this, right? Okay. If imagine Einstein, right? That
obviously
frizzy-headed brother, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, if you want to go convince Einstein to do something, are you going to entice him with a good logical argument, or are you going to try to shame him, calling him, "Oh, you're a bad dude. Why are you divorcing your wife?" He did divorce his wife, right? Are you going to give him logic behind what he should do, or are you going to try to shame him into not divorcing his wife? Which one are you going to do?
Yeah, I think they're going to give logic, sort of like how on Fantastic's panel they were given the logical reasons as to why somebody shouldn't go sign the legally binding documents at the courthouse. So that's what happens here. We give the logical reasons as to why somebody should or shouldn't do something, or at least make sure that everybody is armed with the information so they can make a better decision at whatever they move forward in doing. But that's called crying and complaining and not moving forward. But anyway, go ahead. Okay.
So you'd give a logical person a logical reason to do something. The issue is a lot of brothers aren't logical. A lot of brothers are in the blue pill matrix, even the ones in the manosphere. So when you give them all these logical arguments, or about not signing prenups and all these other stuff, first of all, prenup is not going to be good enough because it can get overturned just by simple case of duress.
Game Changer did a really good stream on that yesterday. A lot of people have broken that down, so it's like you're
right. So the issue here,
we're talking like we're not saying these things, but we are saying these things. That
I know these things should have been said 5 years ago. That's my issue, is that there is no level. Anyways,
that makes no sense. That makes no sense to say we said it 5 years ago. We shouldn't have to say it again. No, it does have to be said again. There's new people. There's an audience. You're acting like the same 5 people are just having a conversation in a closed door room by themselves. There's new people coming in.
Okay, fair enough. There should be maybe 20% of people repeating the same stuff, but majority of the focus should be on real solutions that are actually going to work. Those solutions proposed in the Manosphere, as far as I've seen, apart from 2 people, are not actual solutions. Now, anyways, let me explain the point.
Who are those 2 people? Just curious.
Okay, so Donovan Sharp, you know about him?
Of course.
Right. Now, Donovan Sharp gives a simple solution of how to maintain a relationship with a woman, and creates the rules and situations and understands women nature as it is, and isn't doing this whole simpy thing of, well, she should do this or she should. No, he just sets the rules, and then whoever, yeah, he's explained it really well. He's an example of someone who's given partial solutions, not full solutions, at least just to have a relationship.
Stuff that Donovan Sharp talks about, everybody talks about that. Now,
not in the same way, right?
Okay, so you're saying he's a better orator than everybody else?
He accepts the nature aspect. A lot of brothers still don't accept the nature. They still have this. Right.
I think they do. I think they do. They're just talking. They're talking about it. They're explaining it, and everybody explain do's and don'ts when dealing with women. So again, you're charging us up with saying we don't do stuff that we do.
Okay, cool. So yeah. Anyway, let me answer your first question. Right, you said that I contradicted myself when I said brothers should not get involved with them and then get the money up and then the woman will come. Okay, what I meant here is that you don't engage yourself with them, so more like a MGTOW kind of perspective. And then what you do is you get your money up, and then you hold it at ransom. And then until the laws change, that particular laws that affect your money and distribution of the money. And again, if you care about that, until those laws change, is then when you re-cohabitate with them. There was a prerequisite to it. You get your money up and you build yourself, and of course they would want you, now that you're built up. Generally, if more men were built up, and then you hold that ransom, like, I'm not going to marry you because what's the point of me marrying you if I'm going to lose out until the laws change? And then they will then fight and get the laws changed. Most voters are women in any state. Majority of voters are women. So once you do that, then you can re-cohabitate with them. So yes, I do want marriage in the end, only if it's going to be functional and it's going to work.
Okay, so what you laid out right there, again, that's an argument that's laid out by most people. There's differing factions. Some people take the exact approach that you take, and the process of changing laws is a really, really slow moving process. So, you almost have to be prepared to go it alone. Or some men will ultimately do what a lot of people have, like talking about no solutions. There are people who found their solution to that. They're just going to just have casual partners from time to time, and they're not going to they're just going to forego having a family. Some people have made that decision. So, and there's other people like I'll name, like you kind of laid out Zero's argument. Me and Zero, we probably more than likely got a one-on-one coming up, probably hopefully beginning of next week. He more or less laid out his argument, and he's made that case quite well. So yeah, I don't.
But okay, I didn't say no one in the Manosphere has mentioned it. I'm saying that that's not the general arguments in the Manosphere. Like someone like Zero, yeah, I agree.
Well, those that are more MGTOW, they make that argument. They make that case. Pull it back until you see some change. Now, the problem with that, and I won't even say it's a problem with that, but what ends up happening is, yeah, the guys, they're pulling back, but they're not really pulling back. They're still engaging in casual sex or de facto relationships in some type of way with women, and some of them may end up having kids with women, and so it's like they kind of end up in the same stuff, but claiming MGTOW, but at the end of the day, that is a fair concept that men should pull back and withdraw themselves from that game, from the long-term relationship game, from the marriage game, and just withdraw yourself from all of that until you see some actual political change that women are on board with and that they're voting for. Right. That is the crux of what the whole. There's nuance to it, but if somebody had to sum up why the Manosphere even exists, that what I just explained right there, that would definitely rank pretty damn high on the scale. So seeing as the Manosphere is ground zero for that kind of thought process, why are you saying that the Manosphere is full of simps and this is ground zero for people who of that whole thought process?
Because there's only a couple of zeros.
Compared to the general public, far more men in the Manosphere have that view that you just laid out than the general public by a mile. So it's not that the Manosphere is full of simps, and that by what you're laying out there. No, the general public is full of simps. The Manosphere is the ones fighting against conventional wisdom. So that's why I say I find it interesting that you're saying the Manosphere is full of simps. Now, somebody like Zero, Ramil.
He's not a simp.
I understand that. Somebody like Zero, Ramil, Ty City, those are the ones who can genuinely step back and say, yeah, y'all agree with us on a lot, but y'all ain't really ready to go for it. Y'all still, y'all still got hope, or y'all still want a family. Y'all want to see it work.
Exactly.
Y'all want to see it work prematurely, and y'all not willing to sacrifice a generation of men not having families in order to get the true results that y'all want. Somebody like Ramil and Zero can step back and say that, and they would be right. But in order to say that and really, and have some oomph behind it when you say it, you got to really be about that shit. And I don't see you as about that. No, because the first thing you ever did when you came on here is put on a cape for women. So you ain't about that life. You can't ride in here on the black horse saying y'all niggas is some simps. You can't do that. Ramil can. Ramil got it like that. Ramil could do that, but not you.
No, I never cape for women, right? Like I think men should
hold on. Body thug. Hold on. Said you clearly not ready for prime time. Shout out to Maurice November. That's one of my first Patreons. He says, so shut down class because you passed with 98%, alongside I in arrogance, ego, and lack of empathy to my African immigrant brother. Shout out to Maurice November. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
a few more people came through with super chats, and we've been going in and going on for a minute. So let me try to find these super chats. Blackfoot in the building. He says, if the opposition is continuously continuously propagandizing a false narrative, should we remain silent? I say absolutely not. We should always put our narrative views, thoughts, and ideas out there. And that was one of the reasons why I felt like you were disingenuous, because your initial points always amounted to you making an argument that at the end of the day, it was just for men to shut up and then just go back to letting women dictate the terms and conditions of the public conversation. Like we can shut up in the whole media space and media sphere of it, but go do our thing and handle business right in regular life. But the perception will be one thing if women are the only people producing media and talking about the whole social dynamics between men and women. So no, men do need to talk about it. Men do need to get their thoughts, views, and ideas out there.
Right.
For better or worse.
Some of these men are so much simps. For example, there's this female YouTuber who the other day was asked by Game Changer. It's like, so would you be open to a common law marriage? Instead of saying, yeah, I think the rights of marriage, the laws of the marriage should change, I definitely would support that. He said, I wouldn't. She said, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Meaning she really wouldn't do it in reality. She's just caping over there. And brothers are still going to be on her channel supporting her. This is a problem. This is a problem with the symbology in this manosphere. They can't even, a Trojan horse is right there, and they're still going to be in the next day.
After she gave that half-ass answer, Game Changer made her give a more solid answer, and then so she tried to give a more solid answer, but I think her initial reaction was true. That no, she don't want to. I think it's true. She don't want to do a non-state sanctioned marriage. So that much is true. And Game Changer did a follow-up video breaking down everything that was wrong with what was said in that stream. And also there was a few other people breaking down everything what was wrong there. So people are seeing what you're seeing. Now, whether or not her channel is a good channel. I'm not going to deny that. It's good like the good discussion and debate we having right here. That's what happens on her channel, and she does a good job in these discussions and debates. And I think that's what really made her numbers go through the roof. There was an issue. There was an initial. I'll just go ahead and play along with it. Well, there was an initial simp bull rush.
Let me ask you something.
To go watch the sexy voice in the avatar.
Do you think she's better than you, or at least the same? Let's say equal, right? But why is her numbers bigger? It's because brothers are simps.
No,
Come on,
no,
this
no,
is
no, no,
perfect
no.
definition.
Hold on, wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Her initial bump, yes.
Okay.
Right now, what she's doing, the mere fact that her numbers went through the roof like that when she figured out a way to get black female YouTubers that got over 100,000 subs to not just respond to her, not just make response videos to her, but to even come on her show and debate her. So she was having like normal, streams with, 200, 300 every now and then, hit 400. Once she sort of expanded outside of the manosphere, that's when the 400 and 800, 900, 1,000 start coming in. And so, man, what was I going to say? It was so yes, dudes are over there in high numbers, but she's expanded outside of the sphere. I mean,
True. Okay.
I see people in there super chatting and people commenting that I've never seen them. And even when I did my one-on-one with her, I picked up a lot of subs from people who had never heard of me. They say, "Hey, first time at your channel." First, so she expanded outside of the sphere. She used her wit as a content creator. The avatar and the voice and the accent and all of that helped initially, but she did use a lot of wit as a content creator. She used the light-skinned picture to trigger black women to come over there and argue with her too, and she made a good show out of that. She triggered the fellas initially, then she figured out how to trigger the women, and she has a very good, precise as somebody who had a strategy from the start with this, and my channel grew pretty fast. I watched her strategy, and it's bigger than just niggas are simps.
It's majority niggas are simps.
Nah, it started out with niggas just being simps. Eventually, she plotted, strategized, and figured out how to draw that audience in to the point to where, like, listen, I can listen to her show, I can listen to her debate them broads and enjoy it. Like she's produced an enjoyable show that men and women like to listen to.
Now, if she could break down the numbers and show that it's like 70% men and then 30% women, I would agree with you. But I think it's more 85% men and 15% women, which would mean that even if it's not Simps from the Manosphere necessarily who are there now, it's still Simps. But the initial ones was the Simps from the Manosphere supporting her. Because there is no way. I mean, again, she's good. I like to say the truth. She's an intelligent woman. She knows how to control a flow. But I would not say she's better than someone like you. But the fact that she springboard and you agreed with me is because niggas are simps. This is a perfect example of symbology in the Manosphere.
That's a part of it. I'm not going to deny that that's a part of it. And I stood strong and stuck to my guns that everybody who flocked right over there before it was even content over there, it was some simpery going on. Even her initial content, which I criticized it because she was kind of giving dating coach advice, and I kind of side eye any woman giving dating coach advice to men, but that's just me. But now, so I kind of side eyed her content at first and was like, dudes are over there tripping, but she proved herself as a content creator, and yes, being a woman, she using her woman in the attractive pictures as a tool to bait not just men but women as well. But yeah, she's using it. She's doing the damn thing. But yes, simping is a factor in the equation. But for her to, as big as she is right now, that's not only simpery. When she just first started going live and was able to get 100, 200, I was like, and the kind of discussions weren't really all that great, but they were just okay. But guys was flocking over there. Okay, yeah, that was simpery. But she kind of she's coming up beyond her initial start. So she's doing good work over there. Oh, and since she's laying in, I see her super chatting. So let me get through these super chats so I can get to her. Because she's weighing in. Damn, Ilonga Savage, thank you for that super chat. I think I lost you. Hold on. And here she is. She says, Bernard, do you want me to send you my gender demographics? Yes, absolutely. Send them. Email them to me. Absolutely. All right. So, all right, where we at? We'll go ahead. I'll let you take us to the next place we're gonna go. Well, let me search for some super chats. I probably got some got some laying in the cut. Okay, he said, let's see. Rocco Killer 7 says he hasn't seen the crazy sisterhood narratives. You gotta stop the poison before it spreads to a point beyond hope. Yeah, and yeah, I'm with that, and yeah, there are. I hate to keep going back to Jessica X, but yeah, that was a telling conversation. There are some things where she ain't. Yeah, she ain't. I think she's hardcore on. I think she believes that a marriage should be state sanctioned. She don't want to give up women's power, but she do a good job refuting all their bad arguments and narrative. But when it comes to legal power, that's where the that's the put up or shut up, which you're really about part. And so they kind of called her to the carpet on that, and yeah. So there's that. That's data. That's data on the table. That's information on the table. I'm not gonna deny that. Here we go. Fantastic in the building. He said, "What man jokes about marrying another man, but then calls other men simp?" Oh shit, what's going on there? When's the last time he was with a woman? Okay.
Okay.
What the hell Fantastic talking about?
I mean, I don't know. He's asking when's the last time he was with. I have a so-called girlfriend at the moment, so I don't know what he's talking about. Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, this is perfect, right? I was on a stream with Jessica X and Mr. Is it Mr. No, I don't think he was there. Platinum and some other people. So a month ago, I was actually going to get married to someone like around a couple months ago, and not married. Yeah, she was my fiance. Now what happened is we broke up. She's the one who left the relationship. So I went on Obsidian's channel and he asked me.
Wait, hold on. So it was your fault. So tell me what you did wrong, because you said it's always it's men's fault when relationships fail. I'm sure she wasn't a selfish, narcissistic bitch who wanted to fuck somebody else. I'm sure it was your fault for not being a good leader. Well, come on. So go ahead and use your own arguments against your personal life. Go ahead.
Okay. The way I've analyzed it is that I didn't understand that she wanted someone more sensitive to her emotions. I was a bit too crass in the way I spoke about things. I used to debate her, and she just wanted me to feel what she's feeling, and it didn't work out because I hurt her feelings too much. I think too often, and it built up, and she couldn't really deal with it anymore. So
all right,
I still take responsibility for it.
Oh shit! I'm looking at my email. Fantastic. Why you send me this email? Oh shit! Hold on.
What is it?
Fantastic. Fantastic sent me an email before the show started. Like, hey, bro, just a heads up. This dude was in my chat on Wednesday joking about marrying Ike because he got paper. Dude is a possible rainbow. So go ahead and explain yourself, man. Go ahead and explain yourself.
Yeah.
Before I boot you off, go ahead.
Wait. Come on.
I let you try to clear your name. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm not a rainbow, obviously. That's not the kind of world it's a joke. It's a simple joke. Nothing more to it. If brothers are too, like Mr. Fantastic is too fragile masculinity, he can't take a joke. That's an issue he's got to deal with himself. This world is full of jokes, man. So that's it. Nothing to explain. It's just a joke. That's it.
Jessica, I'm looking at what you sent me. I'm not. What the hell? Whoa. I'm looking at what you sent. Yeah, you didn't send me nothing about your analytics, but the thing that you suggested right there has already been done. The thing that you suggested that I do, I already spotted out the problem long before. That the individual in question has been blocked. So yeah. So that was and I try not to get into that. I wasn't even listening to your response because I was reading an email. So what did you say to clear your name on the allegations that you
a rainbow? Simple. It's just a joke. That's all. Nothing more.
It was just a joke. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's how they joke in the UK.
That's how men joke, because men are able to understand that they're secure of their own masculinity, that they don't have to be all fruity and fragile like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, quit taking shots. Quit taking shots. Quit taking shots.
That's fragile masculinity. In fact, he's what's that word? Homophobic. He's actually fearful of niggas out there, like to the point he had to boot them. That's some simp shit, man.
You said to the point that he have to what?
Oh, so he booted me from his show because he thought I was rainbow, and that's the definition of homophobia, which is he's actually scared of niggas that are gay. That's some simp shit, man. That's a weak man.
How do you put simp on that?
Okay, well, fair enough.
See, that I knew that was going to happen here. A redefining of simp. You're going to just be calling everything a simp.
Fair enough. You called me that.
Everybody called you a simp for good reasons. But what you want to do is try to redefine simp so you can call everybody else a simp.
Okay. You caught me on that one. I see. I admit when I'm wrong. He's not a simp. He's just fragile masculine.
Okay, you on some. Let me get on this. Hold on. Let me get in the chat room because I think things are going down in the chat. He said, "What y'all timing me out for? Shaking my head." Yeah, this brother super chatted me $20. What he can't be doing nothing too wrong, I don't think. He said, bet it was one of y'all females with a wrench too. Let me see. I didn't have the stream pulled up, so I got it pulled up now. So I'm trying to see so I can babysit the chat and see what's going on. But thank you for those 2 super chats. I don't know what you're getting timed out for, but I'm keeping an eye on it going forward. Give me a second. I'm trying to examine a thing or two. He says the first was a heads up. Check the second one. I mean, she says the first was a heads up. Check the second one. Okay. Let's see. Getting some emails. Let's see. You saying, Jessica, you said you sent me another one that I guess answered the first thing. Okay. All right, we're gonna put. All right. Okay, she sent me a picture. I don't need to see your feet, Jessica? Why you put your feet in the picture? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Okay, she sent me a picture of her analytics. Niggas was about to break out the lotion. She sent me a picture of her analytics. And so I'm about to show where they at. All right. Hopefully y'all can see what's going on here. All right, there it is. All right, can y'all see that?
Okay, then she proves. Yeah, I stated if it was a 70-30 split, then it's not just because of Simps. She's right. That's not.
Okay, yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So
okay, yeah, she proved it. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, for those that can't see it, let me make sure I read off of what it says. Yeah, it's 32 female, 67% male. Age demographic 24 to 34 years, 47% on that, and 30% for 35 to 44. Yeah, I knew her channel started. Her channel, I know it started out mostly men, so there's a good point grounded in there. But she did a good job of figuring out how to get women there, and I think that's the that's the core key to how she's grown this much. You can blame the Manosphere for the initial bump, but
no, I agree.
She's grown this much because she's done some good work. I respect.
Yeah,
I respect I'm a creator that does,
I'm an honest guy. I said if it was an 85-15% split, then it's Simps, and if it's less than 70, it's not. And she's proven it. It's 67. So, yeah, I'll give her on that. I'll give her there. But we both agreed on the initial symbology of the Manosphere, which fair enough. Now the issue again with this whole Manosphere over here is before I answer that question, you asked me another question about Thomas Sowell, right? You said Thomas Sowell made some points about 20 years ago. Is that right? Around 20 years ago, he's been making the same points.
That's videos as early as the 70s. I'll say sometime in the, you can find videos of him speaking in the 70s. So he's been around forever. Put it like that.
Right. Okay, and he's been saying the same things, but all the things he says are exactly the things which, if people did, would make them successful and improve the black, just basically poor people, women, and black people. Do you agree with that? Because they're sound, logical things that will work generally. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the reason I call these guys Simps and the Manosphere, use it as an analogy, as in, if just because he said it ages ago, is it still stupid to say it now? I say yes. Because, and I'll give an example, in the UK, there's a school called Michaela Academy. Everyone can check it out. You can put it up on screen if you want. Now, this school started by a woman from the Americas, and she's mixed Indian, black, whatever. She decided to ignore all of these stupid arguments and trying to communicate with people, and she went out there and made a school. Now, it was hard to get the school in check, but she decided to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to choose a poor area in London where basically a bunch of black people and poor people who, the most underperforming area in London, right, where most kids don't even get, don't even pass the so-called high school diploma. We call it, they call it what, GCSEs, whatever. Now, she was able to set up a school, and she used Thomas Sowell's line of reasoning and discipline, just basic, nothing clever, nothing weird. She set up the school. Guess what? The school is in the top 5% of the best performing schools 5 years in a row since it opened. That's it. She didn't debate with them. She didn't try to argue with them. She didn't. The issue here that I'm talking about is, I'm not saying that what the Manosphere is saying is not true. I'm just saying it's not relevant. You can't argue your way out of making changes. Changes have to be done by making proper arguments that followed by action, so that it actually changes things. Brothers just staying out here talking about how women's behavior is this or women's behavior is that, or how it's unfair with the legal system here. Don't engage in it. Just leave the system. If the system don't work for you, why are you still there? The system clearly, it's like when I see a bunch of brothers. For example, I saw this woman. She there's a video of this woman, right? She's a lawyer. She talks about her experience when she goes to the law as a bar, and she's been accused of being a defendant 3 times by different white people. Now she's out there still kind of complaining, like, well, you know, it doesn't work for me. This, that. Point is, if you're a man, you can't be talking about things that you already know anymore. Go out there and change things, and then work on things and improve your knowledge of other things that you don't know. Don't just sit there and simple giving money to other men. Okay, I don't know, that's okay. Just to simps and other women.
Yeah, I spilled a bunch of coffee on my keyboard. Shit.
Okay, all someone said give the details or stop lying. What do they mean by that?
I mean, really, hold on. I don't think that he didn't say nothing controversial right there. He said a person started a school.
Those men are not secure in their masculinity, brother. You guys are a bunch of.
Hold on. Chill out. No, he said a person started a school, and that's good. There are.
Yeah, I can show it. Let's show the receipts.
There are black plenty. I mean, I don't know how many black-owned schools there are, but there are black-owned schools. There are black people. There are black-owned banks. There are people that actually do things. I did a video stream a while ago highlighting a bunch of black-owned construction companies that make money in the hundreds of millions and employ hundreds of people, mostly black men. So yeah, people are doing those things, but to say that the people who are the voices for what's wrong need to shut up unless they're physically doing something, like, for example, myself. There's only so much I can do. When I put myself in position to do more, I will do more. But right now, what I can do, I got 3 sons that I can make sure that they're growing up being upright, competent, productive men. I got a couple businesses that I can try to grow, and if those businesses get to the point to where it's not just a solopreneur thing, where I can actually hire some people, a lot of problems that I talk about will be addressed directly by me in that way. But so at the end of the day, you're saying that people who are speaking, well, they're not doing nothing. It's a lot of people who are doing things in their personal life now. Rather not they've made it to the mountaintop of everything that they want to do. No,
Okay.
no. But when I listen to the Manosphere, I hear mostly productive men having a conversation.
About their
And,
feelings.
it turns into a gaslight when you try to say, "Oh well, what are you doing?" I mean, you could say that from a good perspective. You could say that from an honest, genuine perspective, and you could be right. You know,
All right.
but at the same time, a lot of people that do that, what they're trying to do is they're trying to take these really large problems that require a lot of moving parts to work out and sync together. And they're trying to take that individual who's trying to break down this really intricate machine with all these intricate parts and saying, well, what are you doing to drive it forward? Well, if that individual is productive in his life and raising his kids, starting a business, whatever he has going on, if he's doing good and thriving or striving, I should say, then I can't say that his words don't mean nothing. The people who talk are typically the people who change the culture. I know that sounds weird, but listen, listen.
That's women.
What'd you say?
That's women. Most culture is changed by women.
I disagree with that. Okay, let me explain it like this. The civil rights movement, yes, it was a lot of action that took place.
Right.
But I don't think without Martin Luther King speaking the way that he spoke, and a lot of other people in the movement speaking the way that they spoke and saying what they said, you can't move people to change or do anything unless you're actually saying what's wrong, unless you're saying what needs to be said. So, I mean, you're falling flat when you say, don't say it, don't talk about it, just go do it. No, you do need to get on a megaphone with a bullhorn and say what makes sense. You do
Talk
need
about
to
what
do that.
you got to talk about what you need to do, not about the problems. We all know what the problem is, but we just keep repeating the same.
No,
For
no,
example,
we don't. No, we don't, because close to 90% of black men still vote Democrat.
right? Okay.
So no, people don't know what the problem is.
Right, but we're talking about the Manosphere in context-wise, because obviously most people are simps. I mean, blue pill cucks. But now, okay, what's his name? The guy, the brother from Jamaica, Marcus Garvey, right? What did he do? He came into America. What's that guy? T. Jackson Dubois or whatever. That brother, you know him, right? Something Dubois. He was writing books, talking about the problems and all that stuff. What did our brother over here from Jamaica do? He came to America, set up an organization, got millions of brothers and sisters involved, started a huge Starline company for trade, and he was doing well. He got deported back to Jamaica and then went to England because it was doing that well. But he actually did something. That's the kind of stuff that brothers need to be doing. Just choose to work together.
There
All these
are plenty of brothers who are doing something. If you're
no,
saying more brothers need to do more, then I agree with you. But the fuckery that you smuggling under the table is you're saying, but stop all the conversations that you're having. The conversations matter. You can't get around that. The conversations matter. Look at conservative talk radio. With Bill O'Reilly, Rush Limbaugh, all of them have done. Without them, the Republicans probably wouldn't win an election. They convert more people to their view than probably any media apparatus. I mean, well, the liberals got a pretty strong media apparatus, but I'm saying that they wouldn't have a fighting chance without conservative talk radio. Like, so this is ridiculous. Look at Steven Crowder with the change my mind thing that he does. He probably not converting those individuals right there at ground zero on those college campuses where he will put up a sign and says there's only two genders, come change my mind, and he'll sit down and he'll talk to him about it. He's not doing anything. He's just talking. He's just a white dude with a camera and a microphone who's just talking, but he's changing the hearts and minds of people. And those hearts and minds of people, they go and vote. They go and cast their vote for politicians who hold views similar to their new views that they've been deconverted from some of their bad views. So you can't make an argument where you're saying the media arm of the solution needs to stop. If the media arm of the solution stops moving, stops jabbing, stops throwing punches, then the people on the ground who you're saying need to do this and need to do that, there will be less of them. And when somebody is doing that right thing, he's just going to look like some lunatic. He's just going to look like some extreme vigilante. So you can't shut down the media arm of the fight. So that's where it gets goofy, and that's where it's just a spin move, which you just trying to smuggle in the fuckery under the table of just trying to get us to shut up so you can just protect black women from criticism. So, but while calling us a simp for having a conversation, it's like, no, like that's why I feel like you got nothing here. You're just trying to get brothers to stop talking. When Kevin Samuels went mainstream with all these talking points, and then people stumble back around and they start seeing, these smaller shows, and they're hearing the things that we're saying, they're not clutching their pearls or is shocked. Why? Because somebody getting the views, the ideas, the thought process out there, the differing ideologies out there, he figured out a way to get it out there to a mainstream audience. And now the thoughts, views, and ideas of this space are now mainstream, which means that more people will have these thoughts in their head. More people will move and think similar to us. You can't say the talking does not matter. It matters. It matters.
I may argue.
Remember the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech. We remember that for a reason. It changed the hearts and minds of a lot of people. Now we can debate. I'm not going to get into Martin Luther King's way of it, integration versus segregation, and how it was better some ways before everything got integrated, or blah blah blah, or whatever. But the hearts and minds of people had to get changed, and when the hearts and minds of people get changed at the grassroots, then the people start doing something different. And when the people start moving differently, the politicians who have to be elected by the people have to adjust what they're doing to the will of the people, because they only can govern from the consent of the people. And having these conversations, these media platforms, whether it's talk radio, whether it's YouTube, whatever the hell it is, that's what changes and moves people. I say it all the time. Barack wasn't for gay marriage. Yes, they gave him some money, but he wasn't for gay marriage until 51% of the country got for gay marriage. Then he said, well, I guess I changed my mind. Why? He moved with the people. He didn't want to go against the people. When the people went one way, he went that way. And so influence matters. And so you can't silence the voices. Now, if you're saying more action needs to get done, yes, but you're not going to get brothers to shut up. And that's where your simpery comes in. You just want us to be quiet because you don't like to hear women criticize. Let me get to these super chats real quick. Hold on. I know I said a mouthful, but let me get to these super chats. But now, what did I miss, and how is everything going on? So everyone, please be kind to each other on the stream today. Thank you. Snuggles.
Snuggles. How's my guy, Snuggles?
Snuggles want us to be kind to each other.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Good kid. You don't even know how old he is.
I don't know, but
all right, Deacon Dave, good show. Beam up, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. I do that in a little bit. Hey, I'm sorry if I missed y'all super chats. I'm trying to get through all of them. Says without question, says, man, I'm always late as fuck. But anyways, can't stay long, but just wanted to drop my support. Keep up the great content. Absolutely. Appreciate you. I know I saw Thai City. This should be interesting. I'm trying to find what Thai City is talking about. No, I saw Thai City super chat something. Well, real quick, while I try to make it to Thai City. Hold up. Oh, come on. I know Thai City. There you go. I found him. Okay. All right. He said, only 2 reasons for the Manosphere to change topics. We reach a consensus of what the problem is, how to solve it, and the problem is solved. Boom. That's when the conversation needs to stop. When the culture completely changes and the laws change, right, and everything changes, and then but if this whole space was started off talking about just the social contract between men and women.
Bernard, I think you misunderstood him. He said we got to figure out what the problem is and then change it, not until the problem solves itself. And you contradicted yourself as well, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I'm not going to name the names, but we all know who they are. But two people that you mentioned here that are one of the biggest in the manosphere, the God Daddy himself, what he's promoting is actually detrimental to men. Marriage just is without things changing is exactly what's going to get brothers in the same blue-pilled rage that we don't want to end up in. So in a way, it's actually counterintuitive for him to have been this big because he's actually promoting you to go back into slavery.
Oh no, yeah, and it's a lot of
Right.
a lot of hot debate in the manosphere about that part of what he's saying. I say everything that he's saying is absolutely red pill stuff. I'm glad it's getting out there. I'm glad the world is hearing it. The only thing that I think guys, if they're not, if they ain't just hating, but the only thing that I feel a man can honestly look at what Kevin Samuels is talking about is all right, Gino Robinson, you just lost your wrench that fast. Like, we don't do that here. Thanks for the support, but I mean, you can't come on here just calling prominent creators gay. Like, come on, man. Come on.
I never wipe something.
Cut it out. But no, that's something that men got some legitimate conversation and debate with Kevin Samuels about. Like, he says that a man who knows what he wants should be willing to, propose within 6 months. Like, that's a tough pill. That's a tough pill to swallow right there. I ain't going on that
right.
one.
So
no.
That's part of the problem.
But again, it's not a consensus, and it's not going to be a consensus.
Okay, but do you know what the problem is, Bernard? If I ask you, what is the problem? Is it the fact that you're going to lose your kids and your money after marriage ends? What is actually? Give me what is the problem? Or is it the behavior and the way you think that the actual relationship is? Because when you're talking about how the relationship is, right, as you said, women are self-actualizing human beings that have free will. So even if Kevin Samuels makes those videos, generally individuals are not going to. Most people aren't going to change how they are unless there's an incentive derived in it. So if he's, for example, promoting marriage,
I disagree with that. People can change their opinion if you can reason somebody out of a bad position. Not everybody, but again, I used to be a hardcore fundamentalist Christian. I'm extremely far away from that now. I was reasoned and logicked out of an irrational position.
You used to believe in Sky Daddy?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Full blown hardcore fundamentalist, literal interpretation of the Bible. Yeah. So you can get reasoned out of a irrational position. So I reject the premise on that.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, you're still Christian, aren't you?
No.
Still okay. Fair enough. You won that point.
Yeah. So, damn, you were saying something else. Somebody else was getting. Well, shout out to Ty City. He says, "Why is this dude in the UK speaking on ADOS men?"
Because I work in America. I don't just live in one country. Most of you ADOS brothers don't even have a passport. Explore the world, travel.
Most people don't start taking shots. Most people don't got passports. You from Africa? Most of them motherfuckers don't got passports. Don't get silly. Don't get silly out here. Don't start taking the unnecessary shots. If Black American men went passport for passport with the continent with Africa, I mean, come on now, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. That's petty. But good stuff, Ty City. Good stuff. Big Ike came through. I see that down there. Smooth in the building says he's African, definitely not respected in his fam.
Why not? Where'd you get that logic from?
I don't know why he thinks he's not respected.
I don't know.
Fam. But no, this was a good super chat. He says only 2 reasons for the manosphere to change topics. We reach a consensus of what the problem is. I think we kind of got a consensus of what the problem is, but it's so much nuance to the problem and so much nuance to solutions. And then when it comes to how to solve it, how to solve it and the problem is solved, that's when the topics needs to change. But okay. All right, let me hold on, hold your thought. Let me get through some super chats. Where we at? My man Silent in the building. He says the Mr. Bean interview. I know I'm familiar with Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean don't talk. I don't know how this is a Mr. Bean interview. Do you get that? Because Silent has comedic genius that goes over my head.
Maybe it's a comedic interview. Maybe is what he meant. Haha.
I don't know. I don't know.
And also, I'm British, maybe apparently. So.
Gotcha. Look, Captain, it's a bird, it's a plane, the super simp, Noir. You are the definition of a simp in this space, you silly wanker. You wanker!
You calling me a wanker, mate? Mate, I am no wanker. You know me, mate.
Where do they call people wankers at? Is that
wanker's like a dickhead, I think.
No. Where? What
wanker? Oh, you. I think it's England, but I'm not even in England. I'm not even English.
Okay. England. Okay.
Yeah, you niggas. I'm not even in England. I'm not English, right? I'm gonna be in New York in a couple months. I was living there previously for. It doesn't matter, but I'm not English.
Yeah, Ike says some of y'all are obsessed. I think you mean obsessed with the rainbow. Grow up. Yeah.
People like Mr. Fantastic.
I understand where Ike is coming from, and I've done shows on this, and I will say you got to be careful even when you do a show on it, because even if you make an argument of that, okay, that I'm see, I don't even want to go there because people like to clip stuff and you get charged up. I mean, but listen, the Manosphere got enough problems that when, for example, when that guy came out and that he didn't come out on the Manosphere channel, by the way, but he had somebody who had hopped on a panel or two before, and he came out on somebody else's channel. He hopped on a panel after he more or less came out and was like, the Manosphere is about black male issues, right? I'm a black man, right, Arna? And then it was like, no, we got enough issues, enough topics, enough subjects, enough to talk about, and so no, we ain't we don't do that here. We ain't taking that on. But I mean, I don't have a phobia or a fear. It's just I don't see the space for. I don't see a place for it here. And I do think it's some liberal cultural stuff that gets kind of like the liberals going crazy. I mean, when we talking about transgender story time with 5-year-olds, that's like when so it's some liberal crazy stuff that we do need to keep an eye on. Bare minimum, keep an eye on it. So that's where I give pushback. But when they were just simply saying, "Hey, we're people too. We would like to get married," I say, okay. If they want a transgender person who haven't had the surgery to just be swinging through the locker room like the opposite locker room, no.
That's you don't believe in transgender rights?
Yes, I believe that they should have the right. They have the right to remain silent, but no.
Wow.
I believe in their rights, but I don't believe that they should have special privileges. I don't think that if you haven't had the surgeries, you shouldn't be able to go into the opposite locker room and just swinging your testicles in the locker room where everybody else got a vagina because you were born that sex in your brain. No, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like that's if it's any place where we're going to have some middle ground, it should be there.
Okay, so you just think that there should be a difference between men and women, I guess.
What?
As in a clear difference between.
Stop. You asked me, do I think there should be a difference between men and women?
No, yeah, I'm just trying to understand your point. Yeah,
I'm trying to understand your question.
All right, because you're talking about transgenders in the bathroom, so you're okay with them doing it if they have had the surgery, right? So, like, let's say, Mr. Fantastic is born a man, and
you're not gonna okay. Not gonna do no bullshit.
Okay, fair enough. If a brother is born a man and but they identify as a woman, and then she decides to become a woman and has a surgery, are you okay with if then that person goes into the woman's field if everything is changed?
That part does legitimately get tricky, because if the person was born a man and he had the surgery and now he got titties and he got a full-blown vagina, and is actually looking and presenting like a woman with titties and a vagina, then it becomes also problematic to say go in the locker room and get in the shower with a bunch of dicks. You see, that's that's why the whole thing is just goofy.
Right. But you're okay with they had the surgery?
But no, where I'm at with it, I feel like they have always went to the bathroom where they could pass. That's what they've always done, and there's such a small percentage of the population. It's like they were under the radar doing just fine. So it's like all this extra stuff. I don't understand it, but it turns into a bigger problem if once they have the full surgery and everything, we say nope, you got to go to your birth, the locker room of your birth. Then it turns into a bigger problem because now it's titties and a vagina in the men's locker room. So at that point, yeah, okay, you might as well let them go to the locker room where the titties and the vagina is at. But you can't have a dick in the locker room where a potential 8-year-old girl is changing into her bathing suit to go get in the swimming pool, and some dude walking there with his dick talking about I'm a woman. Like that. But that's what some people are pushing for. But I'm trying to, Al Boogie, I'm with you. Get off this topic. I'm about to open this thing up, and I'm gonna release you to the firing squad. Because I actually got to go use the bathroom. I got to get up. But Backwolf says, "Look, Captain." Okay, you already read that one. A lot of people came through with super chats. I'm gonna try to get to all of you. I appreciate everybody. I saw ARC come through. Salute to ARC. Hopefully, I didn't miss it. Trying to make it. Oh shit! Hold on, ARC. Nope, I got you. I can't highlight it, but I can read it. BR, what you said is what I have a problem with. Many of the men in this space want to be unconventional when it comes to calling out the BS of women on streams, but want to remain conventional by continuing to be mode 2 and 3. I don't know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Let me read that again. All right. What you said is what I have a problem with. Many men in this space want to be unconventional. I don't know what you mean by unconventional when it comes to calling out the BS of women on streams. I don't know what you mean. I mean by unconventional.
Like I think it means like not saying this the typical talking point. So he's basically saying someone like KS or is unconventional. Like he will say it in a different kind of way than they usually hear it.
Okay, so when it comes to calling out the BS of women, they're unconventional on streams, but want to remain conventional by being mode 2 or 3. I mean, I guess I kind of understand what you're saying. If this is a space of unconventional brothers, they shouldn't have a problem all adopting mode 1 and being unconventional in their approach to talking to women. It's kind of off the topic, but I see how you ARC like to circle everything back to his pet subject. but no, I follow what you're saying right now. Brothers. They're verbal cowards, and their balls aren't as big as yours, ARC. I've literally heard ARC say that, so I just wanted to parrot ARC's perspective on that. The brother P that says, Bernard, terminate this moronic line of discussion. It's not in your interest to continue. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're talking about the gay stuff. I can agree with you on that. He went left, but
nice because of that brother rainbow
Bernard, Cool Kamazi in the building says, Bernard Riley, salutations, happy Friday. Hope all is well. All is well. Thank you very much for the super chat. I know I missed a lot of them. But I appreciate everybody who support the channel. I mean, you're getting timed out in the chat, Misogynoir. What are you saying down there? Everybody timed you out, so clearly you said some BS.
Nah, they're just simps. They didn't want to hear what I said. That's it. It's just, yeah, I didn't say anything wrong.
Sure. All right. I'm about to put the link in the chat, and when I get people up here, I'm gonna go to the restroom, and it's gonna probably turn into nigga hour until I get back. But oh man, let's see. Link is in the chat. Yeah, I don't think you I mean, the area where you said that the Manosphere got some simpery that goes on. There are some areas that are shit. King the Dango in the building. What's going on? This happy Friday for the Algo Bless. Shout out to you. Oh shit! This is round 2 of some fireworks. I'm looking at the lineup down there. I'm looking at King the Dango. Wrench. Let me go and wrench you up. Oh man, this lineup is
It's gonna be a lot of emotional brothers upset at me because I call them simps or fragile masculine.
Nah. Oh shit! How I'm gonna do this? All right. I'm going with who came first. Truth came first. Fantastic. Then ARC. We gonna keep it clean. Fantastic. You got 2 light-skinned jokes, and then you cut off.
No. I'm not even focused on the light-skinned niggas today. They gonna live. I let the light-skinned niggas live. I gotta deal with this guy right here. This
cool.
This Bam defender over here. We gotta deal with that.
All right.
He addressed me several times, so we'll just put it like this. Look, bro, listen. This is how people get on, right? Again, and it's funny how, again, you bring up Jessica X, you bring up Kevin Samuels, all these other things, la. From what I know, this guy doesn't even have a channel, okay? But you doing the thing. You came around the space. You've been here.
I got a channel.
Hold on. Okay, well, again, I don't know you have a channel, so you don't have a channel. So, again,
no,
that's what I'm saying.
Friend.
Just saying, out of everyone here that's in the chat, if you put a 1 in the chat, if you know this man had a channel, no one knows you have a channel, bro.
Don't matter if they know it. The fact is a
fact.
That's
what I'm trying to tell you again, brother. Again, if a tree motherfucking falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound. You see what I'm saying?
What is BAM?
Yes, it does. The sound is still.
Time out. I need a question answer. What is BAM? I saw somebody say BAM Force, BAM Defense Force. What is BAM?
Yeah, BAM Defense Force, man. You know, it's
I need an answer, Misogynoir. Let him answer.
Decepticons, man. Decepticons.
Oh, that's what you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, BAM Defender. So, listen, bro. This whole, first off, how old are you, bro? You're in your 20s, right? Or you 30?
Doesn't really matter. It's not relevant.
Yes, it does matter.
Not really.
And then you're
hold on. Wait. I don't like that when men are asked a very simple, straightforward question. How old are you? We have women. A lady 20s. Never tells. Like, no, nigga, how old are you?
Okay, fair enough. Late 20s.
All right, cool. So again,
you still didn't answer.
But I'm cool with that. 29, listen, see him using the Kevin Samuels arguments again was, bro, you're late to the party. You're coming here talking about why we're talking this when all you're doing is coming up here doing stuff that even though I've been a short time, I haven't been 2 years yet. Everything you've covered has already been covered. From Kevin Samuels talking about marriage and being for marriage, which you don't understand the concept of the reason why Kevin Samuels is for marriage, because Kevin Samuels is of an age where marriage was a cool thing. The nigga done been divorced twice, from what I understand. He said he looking for his 3rd divorce. Okay, that's what he was grown up in. That's what he was raised in. It's generational. All right, just like for me, we're the last generation where we weren't propagandized and programmed with this pro alternative lifestyle shit, bro. We don't joke around about marrying men. Black men don't do that. White boys do it all day. So if you a white boy or whatever, hey, by all means, you cool. But where I'm from, niggas ain't got nothing to do with no phobic. I'm not afraid of no man that likes to take penis, bro.
You booted me off because you're afraid. You are literally afraid. You're so scared.
Wait, time out. Let him finish.
Again, see, you're the simp here. Not only you're a simp, you're a feminist, because what you're doing is you're regurgitating narrative. Do you know the meaning of phobic? It means I'm afraid of them. I don't see a alternative lifestyle person and run off. Oh my God, there goes one.
So why do you kick someone off your chat?
Let Fantastic just lay it all the way out, then I'm gonna go back to you. Trust me. But just let him get off his full shot. Right.
I've worked with them. I have family members that are them, so I am not afraid. But I can be critical, and in my heterosexuality, I don't play around like that. They not gonna joke with me. They're not gonna try to come on to me. They're not gonna do none of that shit because I am a man. See, you a young nigga. You a new young nigga that's soft. We can hear it in your voice and your concept.
Right. Okay.
So you're cool with now. Hold up. Not only are you cool with another man coming on to you and doing all these other things, and then you're gonna shame a man for you allowing him to do it. You're cool with joking about marrying another grown ass man. So if that makes me phobic, I don't understand the correlation there, brother. It's not making sense to me because I call you out on some bullshit. In my understanding, and the people of my generation, which Bernard Riley would fall into too, bro, we don't tolerate that shit.
Right.
Maybe y'all do it and y'all cool with it outside of the States, but in the States, we don't play around about marrying other men, bro. There's nothing funny about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny things about that. You got to learn how to take a joke, man. See, the reason I called you homophobic is because you're afraid, right? The fact that you booted someone out because they made a joke, not even about you, again, about somebody else. You had to go defend some other guy's booty or whatever you think was happening. That
no, you were in my space. You were in my space on my shit. I don't tolerate that. I run my shit how I run my shit. Like I just told you. Where I'm from, we don't joke like that.
Right.
So if you're in my shit, you get out of my shit.
You made your point. Let me speak. Let me speak, brother. Now you talked about these things about generations. This is proving my point. You're just a product of the generation, the same way as you mentioned about the God Daddy as well. Good arguments don't matter about generations. Good arguments are either true or they're false, and they transcend all these. My generation, we don't do this, or in Kevin Samuel's generation, they were about marriage and all that stuff. You got to transcend what you were brought up as. If you're brought up by a single mom and then you were ruined, like a lot of black men are, you got to transcend that. This whole generation thing is nonsense. Either something is a good idea or it's a bad idea. Make logic make sense because it's either good.
What's the bad idea? Hold on. What's the bad idea about being pro heterosexual?
Nothing. But being afraid of a joke.
Wait. That's a bad idea. So why did you vilify it and say that instead of I'm being pro heterosexual, you called me homophobic?
No, I didn't say that. I said the whole
idea. You did. Hold on. What word did you use? Wait. No, nigga. Can you listen? What word did you use? Did you say I was pro heterosexual or did you say I was homophobic?
I called you homophobic because you're afraid of
You lose again. You're being the simp. You're being the feminist. You being the soft ass nigga because instead of you understanding again,
what feminist is a MGTOW?
You have a lack of understanding.
Make logic.
You're not American. Are you black? What are you? What's your ethnicity?
Obviously, I'm black, right?
Okay,
I'm not American, but I live in America.
What kind of black?
What do you mean? What kind of black? I'm just black.
Well, black is a color.
I don't want to hop in, but like. Don't let him bully you, nigga. Like, it's your turn to talk. Get your argument out.
There's no argument for him to get out. He proving my point by this, bro. He's a soft ass nigga up here calling niggas simps. And I know he's a soft ass nigga because he's joking about marrying men.
Yeah,
bro, you can't stand with me. You can't debate with me. You can't do any of these things with me. You've yet to counter any of my points.
I've counted all of the points, actually.
No, you haven't.
Let me do it now then.
Again, I gave you the perfect example. Instead of you saying that I was pro heterosexual, you went the coward route and said I was homophobic.
You are homophobic because you were afraid of me, so because you thought I was a rainbow, even though I'm not, and then you bullied me off.
Bro, I am literally I'm bullying you, nigga. How am I afraid of you if I am quote unquote bullying you? It was
all right. This
you're bullying yourself.
This ain't going nowhere. Go ahead, Misogynoir. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, he's not bullying anyone.
And then I'm gonna pass the mic to the Truth. I think that's Truth.
Yeah. Mr. Fantastic Four, you say a lot of stuff, but you're not making much sense, right? First of all, I called you homophobic because by the definition, that's afraid. You're afraid of if you boot someone off because they said a joke. That's fear, my friend. Call it whatever you want. Anyways, I'm going to move on from that.
No, I disagree with you on that because Gino Richardson,
without anything,
who was super chatting, he did make a joke about he made a gay joke about a prominent content creator, and then
that's different. He called him gay, and a lot of brothers have been calling him that. So I get the context there why you put it him off. That's different. Yeah, it's different from what I was doing. Anyways, I'll move on to the. To respond to something else, right? He's talking about this generation thing again. That is a really bad way to make an argument, right? You should not be a product of your generation. If you dislike something, make a good argument why it's right or wrong. Like you said, the God Daddy, he promotes marriage, which at the moment as is actually the complete antithesis of what you're promoting. And all you're saying is talk about generations, irrelevant. Anyway, you said that I'm not American, dude. I work in America. I have lived there. I'm going to live there from the next 2 months onwards in my company because that's where I'm going to be living.
Does that make me Chinese?
If you move to China, if you live there for a period of time and you work there,
make me Chinese.
If you get the Chinese citizenship, yes, it makes you Chinese.
Yes,
it does.
Wait, say stop. We're not doing that. I think y'all understand what each other mean when we talking about that. So we not even going there on that.
This dude is dancing around everything, bro.
Yeah, that was going to go down goofy land. Fantastic big black ass is now Chinese. I mean, because he can be a citizen of a country, but we know when we talking about when we say fantastic is black. Like
anyway. You're not American, bro. Right, you're not American. You're not American black, bro. You're whatever you are. We don't even know.
All right, you can call me whatever you want.
All that is cool. All right, True. Well, hold on, real quick. Shout out to New. He said, "Can y'all let Bernard go take a dump?" Man, I was trying to go use the bathroom, but I was like, too many fireworks. I was like, I got a referee. But I might go when ARC get the mic. I know
that's
ARC.
cold. That's cold, man.
Oh no, I'll be able to listen to you, but I know you're gonna. Oh no, that was a low-key jab at you being long-winded.
That's what he said. Usually ARC so long-winded. Shit, I could take 2 dumps and he'll still be talking.
Actually, but anyways, just to clarify,
we going to truth on Misogynoir. Please understand, he just basically said it is an insult to him, so please respect.
Okay. Sorry, I insulted you, my brother.
Their position, joke.
Bro, it's not it's
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called you.
You gotta apologize, bro. Don't fucking matter to me.
I'm sorry, man. You're not. Yeah, sorry about that.
Mr. Fantastic, notice how he's arguing with feminist talking points and using shaming language to appear tougher. Watch him.
Who did I shame?
Well, I'm just reading super chats.
Okay.
Let me read my super chats. Thank you, Black Wolf, and everybody who super chatted. Even if I missed it, I apologize. All right, we're gonna go to Truth. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Thank you. What's up, y'all? All I want to say, because I don't really have a horse in this race. When it comes to from what I gleaned from this, it's like I feel like as a community, we got to go out of our way to try not to insult each other, even just for fun, because it's so easy to misread and misinterpret energy, over the internet versus a face-to-face. And there's an audience and people get in their feelings and they get defensive and they get on edge. And so it's just it's not really conducive to putting people in a defensive space. We got to try to keep it strictly, logical and good faith. That being said, I mean, I call my niggas gay as a joke all the time, and they'll be like, "Fuck you, gay boy," back. So I don't know. I can see how it could be like a little lighthearted jab, but if it's in the middle of a contentious argument, I can also see how it come off offensive.
Yep.
So
some people
y'all just had a 10-minute spat on some shit niggas wouldn't even care about in person.
Some people are fragile in their masculinity. I've got to understand that. I'm sorry for calling you fragile masculinity.
Dude, man.
You just did it
again. Bro, no one is fragile about anything. Like I said,
you're fragile.
Truth. How do you Truth? You early 30s, right? Are you right at 30?
29, yeah.
29. Again, like I said, bro, you can try with the shaming shit or whatever you want to do. Listen, bro, Bernard Riley, Alan Roger Curry, all the men that are millennials forward, we didn't have this pro-LGBT propaganda forced on us as a kid, bro, or even in society. We understand, again, and the way, hold on, for you saying it's an old concept or it's this, that, and the other, if it wasn't for our concepts, you wouldn't be here. There'd be, we would have kept doing the shit that they was doing in Rome and Greece and all that shit, and you'd be a whole lot less people here because men would be, entertaining other men. So you should thank God for men like me and cut from my cloth, that where we only want, that pussy full time. We're not no part-time niggas. We're not no part-time person, nigga. We not having no entertainment of other men. So you should really pay homage, my nigga. That's all I'm saying.
I gotta kind of push back a little on that because I feel like, look, I don't want to create a war between heterosexual and homosexual black males. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the word homophobic. Me and my one nigga joked about it because, Fantastic was saying, ain't nobody scared of nobody. But the idea is, it does definitely make me uncomfortable. It's I don't like being around women who are very loud and dramatic. It's a personality thing. And so it's there have been some homosexual males that I met that I found out were homosexual and I couldn't tell. And those are probably the ones I'd probably be more comfortable discussing with. But I feel like my feelings are irrelevant anyway, because at the end of the day, we have a society, we have a community. Some people in that community, regardless of their sexual disposition, they still have the same racial background, and therefore they still share the same environmental struggles in this country. And so it's like, if a gay dude wants to join my, Black Lives Matter rally or whatever the movement is, I can't be like, nah, no gays allowed. And so likewise, I don't even want him to sense hostility from me and my niggas. It's like, it's not that we need to be best friends and hang out and chill, but it's like, there's no hate, there's no animosity, there's no. And so when you were like, luckily, when you were like, let's do this. Well, let me wrap it. When you were like, because of me and my heterosexual, bloodline, gay niggas even exist. It's like, yeah, that's true, of course. Like, it's a funny point to point out, but I don't think gay people per se like have a problem with us. I think they're used to us having a problem with them, and they're almost on this defensive. And so he's just trying to say, hey, look, let's not be hyper reactively, toxic towards gay blacks. And
all right.
Now
let's whoa, stop. The last word about gayness. Damn, I just said it right there. Last word about gayness has been said. All right, that's it. We done with it. We done with it. All right, we leaving that alone. Delmar Wilson in the building. He says, "What in the world of Lucky?" Okay, damn. I guess okay, more gay stuff is still talk about. Okay, what in the world of Lucky Times is going on with your boy? Ain't nobody feeling one syllable of what he's talking about. Signing all day, sticking his nose in some things he don't understand. Shout out to Delmar Wilson. Appreciate you for the super chat. All right, we about to go ahead and pass the mic to ARC. And ARC, I'm going to be listening to you on my tablet while I go run upstairs and use the bathroom.
What's up, Steph Curry?
No disrespect that I'm going, but you have a way of speaking and nobody interrupts. So when they was about to be talk going off on each other, I was like, no, I got to referee this. But I think what you about to say is going to be something that's not really going to be contested, and you're going to speak uninterrupted, and you got full creative control to be as long-winded as you need to be while I take my time trying to get back. Go ahead, ARC. You got the mic. Y'all let ARC have it.
Actually, I didn't plan on being long-winded, but
no. Take your time.
The translation of what Bernard just said, basically, in layman's terms, is he said, "Now that ARC got the mic, I can stop by Indianapolis and then make a quick pit stop to Minnesota, then actually go see my cousin in St. Louis, and then come back."
Yeah,
and ARC's still gonna be talking. No, I was going. Here's my two things. There's two things I was going to address. One, and a lot of this is me. I'm what's known for years. People have in real life have told me I'm very pedantic, and for those unfamiliar with that term, that means you tend to almost have a nitpicky meticulousness about how terms are used and defined and described. And I know sometimes terms do take on different subjective definitions and descriptions, but all that to say this, I feel like a lot of people in this space
Simps
have totally distorted the term simp. It's used improperly more than it's used properly. When simp first came about, it mainly represented two types of guys. And I know at least two people who would back me up on this. Tariq Nasheed, who was one of the guys who first popularized simp, and even O'Shea, and he's much younger than me, so people can't say it's a generational thing. But here's the two most legitimate definitions of a simp. Number one is when you spending money on women that you have no chance of fucking. You whining and dining women, taking them out to dinner, buying them gifts, and you have literally a 0% chance of fucking that woman. That's the number one legitimate definition of a simp.
Can I ask you a question?
I'll open it up to you when I get to it. Okay. Second most legitimate definition of a simp is a man who's married or in a long-term relationship with a woman, and he lets his wife or significant other basically browbeat him, disrespect him, verbally abuse him, and just basically bully him and treat him like shit. That's the second most of the. All this other shit, y'all are basically conflating with other more appropriate terms. For example, simp a lot of times is conflated with a white knight. there are a lot of guys who are white knights, but a white knight is not the same thing as a simp. Similar to a white knight would be a male feminist. There are a lot of guys who are male feminists in society, but that is not synonymous with being a simp. Even a cuckold. There's some guys, I'm in the BDSM lifestyle. There's some guys who are either BDSM cuckolds, meaning they're voluntarily cuckolds, or there's some people who are unknowingly cuckolds because somebody got their wife pregnant and they didn't know it. A cuckold is not even synonymous with a simp. Again,
hold on, you got to explain that one. You got to explain that one, ARC.
Well, there's a formal definition of a cuckold, and then there's an informal or BDSM. Like in the BDSM lifestyle,
I know he's doing it on purpose. He knows about it. And
he basically know, but the formal definition of a cuckold is one of two things: is when you a man, number one, you're married, or you could be in a long-term relationship with a woman, and your wife not only cheated on you, but she got pregnant by another man, and instead of you
leaving, you stayed with him.
Leaving, you decide to raise that child as if it's your own. That's the most formal definition of a cuckold. And a secondary definition is if pregnancy is not involved, but you just say you married and your wife or your fiance or long-term girlfriend is just fucking everybody in the neighborhood. And number one, you're like almost the last one to find out about it. But even when you find out about it, you don't leave her. You like say, well, I forgive you, honey. You know, you done took 10 dicks this week, but I love you so much. I forgive you.
Oh, not 10 dicks a day. 10 dicks a day? You know about that 10 dicks a day? Well,
I said a week, but it could be a day. But anyway, so all that, yeah. So the simp, man, I hear everything. Guys say, man, that dude drank water too much. He a simp. And that guy, he read Playboy too much. He a simp. And that guy, he wears red shirts. It's like simp now is just all over the place. And it's become so distorted from, again, those original two definitions. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. So to me, when I hear you Misogynoir say that there's too many simps, in my mind, I'm hearing you say there's too many men in the manosphere that spend money on women that they never, ever are going to actually fuck. Everything else, to me, another term should be used if you're not talking about that.
Okay, so I'm going to respond to that, right? And okay. I've just posted an Urban Dictionary. The definition of a simp from an Urban Dictionary: someone who does way too much for a person they like. Now, you're right. That's how the word started off. Actually, no, the word simp came from the word simpleton, which meant an idiot, a fool, someone who, I guess, that's how it evolved to someone who kind of doesn't use strategy to actually get what they want. They think by doing all this money thing that they're going to get her to like him or whatever. Now, the words has evolved, because that's what happens across time is words change and they evolve. You're right. Someone wearing a red shirt does not make them a simp. That's the same thing with Dusty, where, Kevin Samuels is called a Dusty. Clearly, the guy makes over 100K a year. How can he be a Dusty, right? That's stupid people using it. But I'm using it intelligently. Simp here, I'm using it as someone who does way too much for someone they like. It could even be a dude. You could be simping for a guy. A lot of the Manosphere simps for the goddaddy. That's just true. Like, even here, I'm not okay. The brother's not here. I can't mention him, but
wait. Could you say that? Sometimes your English.
Right. Okay. So simping transcends just simping for a woman. Simping now, as it's defined, as according to the Urban Dictionary, it's simping for anyone. It could include guys. Like, I've seen people in the Manosphere simping for other men as well. When they're doing way too much.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're telling you, bro. That's what we're telling you. You're using the Urban Dictionary, bro. I guarantee if you look on the Urban Dictionary, it also is going to say something about women. Urban Dictionary has 30 different meanings for every term because, again, people make it up. It's just like the Wikipedia of like hood definitions, bro. Again,
yeah, exactly. But made by hood people.
A man cannot simp for another man, bro. You might say
they can.
You can't, bro. You can't.
No. Yes, you
can. You cannot. You can't. That's what we're trying to tell you. And who are you to redefine the definition? That we keep trying to.
I didn't. Let me jump back in and say this.
The Urban Dictionary.
Misogynoir. I think it's just fair to say that a man can engage in a similar type of imbalanced behavior with another man. But I think they are right. Even though me and you touched on that at the beginning of the show when we was working with the definition of simp, and you gave your definition, so I was like, okay, let's go with that. But we did touch on how everybody has redefined it. I thank you, ARC, for coming through with the original definition. But yeah, I think we can just move on from that one and say that no, a man can't simp on another man. He could just be stupid and operating from a position of weakness in a friendship where he's doing too much for a friend.
Okay, then how about this?
Let's not call it simp. We just call him stupid.
That's defendant, bro. That's again. That's why I asked you, and I said when to the slow fellas in the chat talking about it matters because he's American. Have you ever heard of the term like 10 toes down, Misogynoir? Are you familiar with that?
10 toes down.
Exactly. The way that you're saying it, exactly. So when you say you 10 toes down, or whether
what
he
does it mean?
That's wrong, right? That's an Americanized term.
Yeah, I know that that's wrong. I know a lot of American terms.
Okay, well,
you know that particular one.
10 toes down. So
yeah, I didn't know one of them.
So you need to learn a lot of them. There's plenty more. But anyway,
I don't know many English ones. I don't know many African ones. What's your point? There's no logic there.
This is the point. You are not from here. You do not know about
your logic is dead. Bro, I don't know many.
Wait, go ahead, fantastic. Go ahead.
Man.
You are a non-American black man criticizing black men, telling us what we are not doing, and you don't even understand black male concepts. I didn't know one concept, my friend. I don't know many African concepts. I don't know many concepts. I'm sure you don't know one concept. Hold on. See, you trying to
stop.
I said black.
The lack of knowledge in one, dude. You don't understand logic, right? I don't know everything about every culture, even the ones I'm apparently part of. Does not mean that I can't speak about it.
We're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that right there. Hold on. I'm gonna start just stopping the conversation because Misogynoir. I mean, he has a way of leading us down a rabbit hole. And I'm like, we not going down.
Bernard, this is what I'm saying, Bernard. And I'm not trying to run your show, brother, but this is what I'm saying.
Go ahead, you got it.
We have to make him do this, bro. He's deflecting. He's trying to get away, and he's trying to filibuster to get me away from proving the point that needs to be said. You are in the black manosphere as a non-black man trying to define black terms, bro. That's why it matters.
I am black.
You're not.
Yes,
bro,
I am.
You are not American black men. The black man.
I have lived in America. I am going to live in America in the future. I have spent actually a lot of my life in America, probably at least 35% of it. And I've spent 35 in somewhere else and 35 somewhere else.
I mean, I'll go ahead and say this. I don't give a damn where you're from. I'll take what you're saying on his merits, and the merits of most of what you're talking about is not all that good, in my opinion. That's the reason we had the debate. I'll take it from that's where I work from. But anyway. Okay. Mr. Tobert, Kevin Samuels just missed this guy's logic in less than 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, let me
no, because you ain't about to take a jab at Kevin Samuels.
I have to.
I wanted to say one more thing, and then I'm actually going to drop off.
All right,
my second.
Next game changer.
Okay. My second thing was related to the super chat. Here's what cracks me up, and this has nothing to do with your guest, Misogynoir, but when you guys were talking. Way before I super chatted, my super chat came in late, but you were making this point that a lot of men's voices in this space need to be heard because they're not really heard basically in mainstream media. And secondly, you were saying one of the ways you can change certain things about a culture is being outspoken in an unconventional manner. Be willing to go against the grain, which I generally agree with. But as it relates to me, here's the issue I have. I hear a lot of guys being outspoken about a wide variety of topics, such as feminism, marriage, and whatever else. And they'll say things that generally could be considered going against the grain of how things traditionally were, how they used to be. But yet, as you know all too well, Bernard, and most people in this chat room know, when it comes to my more one approach, I get attacked for wanting to be unconventional. And I find when it comes to dealing with women and wanting to express your sexual desires, interests, and intentions, that's when it seems like every guy wants to be, well, Alan, we don't want to be that unconventional. We want to be how things were in the 60s and 70s and 80s, we just want to do stuff like take a woman out on a date and give her flowers and treat her to some drinks and food and beat around the bush. That's the shit people was doing in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I was willing to be unconventional with my first book by saying, if you meet a woman that you just want to fuck, tell her you just want to fuck her. Don't take her out on no date. Don't give her no goddamn drinks. Just say, I want to fuck you. That's the reason I'm talking to you. I want to fuck you. That's unconventional than a motherfucker. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yet, guys will say, oh, Alan, oh, dude, you're out of your mind. Yeah, that's way too inappropriate. And you're going to get a Me Too accusation, all this. And see, I don't get that. And that's what made me jump up. Because, again, your commentary was good commentary. So I agree with just about everything you said when you were in that stretch, when you were talking about guys need to be unconventional and outspoken. And I'm saying I'm almost like the epitome of that when it comes to verbal communication about sexual desires, but yet motherfuckers want to say, well, and I don't know, man. Basically, that attitude with me is like, you're going a little too far. We want to be unconventional, but not that far. And I just find that both interesting and ironic.
And I want to respond to the super chat quick. If you
what super chat?
The previous super chat, the Flair said someone shut me down, and I'll just make a quick statement there. That person said that I wasn't qualified to be talking about relationship advice because I can't even get a woman to marry me. Yet that person has had 2 divorces. He's definitely not qualified. Hands down.
You know my position. I judge what somebody's saying is based off the merits of what they're saying.
But I'm saying his own logic.
They're not making sense, but either way, I don't know. I don't know the odds and ends of how y'all even got there, but I'm sure it was more nuance to it, given the way that you do a spin move in most of your discussions. When I do know the genesis of it, I'm skeptical of how you laid out what happened right there. But we about to go to Game Changer on that one. Thanks for coming through, Game Changer. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Okay, great. I greatly appreciate it. So you mentioned an interesting solution earlier, Misogynoir, when you were stating that men should make money and abstain from the system and thereby starving the system out. Could you explain that, or could you expand on that?
Okay, right. So that solution will be this, right? It's men become obviously as great as they can in their own individual pursuits. If you're a businessman, make it the best business. Earn yourself the money, make yourself higher in the hierarchy, because women are attracted to people who other people perceive as higher in the status. Once you do this, you're going to start getting that's naturally in the system. A lot of younger women, especially, and older ones too, who are going to be thinking, okay, I want him because this is the kind of guy who I want. Other women respect him, they want him, but they don't have access to him. Then they'll try to figure out, how can I get this to happen? So they will then, but then also at the same time, what you do is you have a system like the male rights activists. Now, I don't agree with everything they say, but I at least agree with the whole changing in marriage laws. If they're then promoting that, and then they're putting it at the women and tell you, okay, if you guys change the laws that pertain to this particular issue and make it fairer, then we will engage and actually marry you and, be able to provide for you. And I'll give you what I have, which is, again, I assume is what they want. And then that's a solution. But
okay, so let me get this right. Step 1, make money. Step 2, gain women's attention. Have women value you for your money. Right. And step 3, require that they change the laws to your favor in order to obtain it. And then step 4, get together with said women. Correct?
There's one step missing before 3.5 is become red pilled in life and understand even if you do get this to change, there's not being a relationship going to work out. Things might still fail, and accept that and be cognizant of that in real time, so that when it does happen, statistically, some people still happen to, it doesn't destroy you and you can easily kind of rebuild from that point. So you step 3.5 is be actually red pilled about life in general, and then step 4, then get married to her.
Well, if you're working on a plan, then it would require that at step 1. Like you would be red pill because you're making this plan on red pill philosophy.
Fair enough.
So, but I get where you're going with this. Why is it that you were saying before that Black people should get together and form affluent societies with Black men and Black women and create families in said affluent societies?
Okay, so that's also another parallel that could also work at the same time. Is
actually it couldn't.
No, I'll explain what I mean. Okay, no, I see your point. I see your point.
Game changer, I love
marriage.
what you did. Hold on, real quick. Game changer, I love what you did because I didn't have the evidence of him saying that, but I knew that he said that before. I just knew it.
Okay.
And that's what I tried to call him on, but I had to pull back because I didn't have the hard evidence. But so thank you, Game changer. I knew when he was talking that zero shit, I knew he wasn't really about that life. He's just trying to win an argument. But go ahead, Misogynoir.
Okay, so game changer. I didn't specifically say the family part. At the same time, I did say in the chat that I was with you in, and is it Chantel? I said that Black men should become affluent, and get the money, and then the family. I just didn't explain.
Well, you said black.
I said that.
Excuse me. You said Black men and women.
All right, I did say that,
and then you also said procreate. I'm sorry. Did you just say say that?
No, I said I did say that.
Okay, and then you said procreate. However, your new plan, and by new I mean it must have been developed within the last 5 days. Your new plan actually suggests that they don't get together until far, far later.
It's not new. I just didn't
until the laws change. So
no, it's not new. I just didn't say the right plan the first time I spoke to you the right way. That was my bad for not expressing myself properly. My plan has always been the same, and I've said the same plan on Obsidian. Someone can rewatch that video. I gave a more kind of comprehensive plan of that idea. I even stated that you should take over churches as an example.
So your plan changes significantly when you're on a woman's panel, particularly an attractive woman's panel.
I just didn't express it completely, right?
Right. You left out some stuff like holding back the penis when you're on a woman's channel.
Well, okay. So I see where you're going to go with this. You think I have an
agenda? I'm already there. I'm not going there. I mean, your plan was significantly different when you were on a woman's panel, correct?
Well, as a strategist, you can't go around giving everything to everyone who's not going to take it the best way. You have to be wise about how you disseminate information.
And disseminate penis, I'm sure. But I see some inconsistencies in what you're saying. And to be honest,
can you show me the inconsistency? Because I already explained it, right?
Sure. I'll play it.
Let me give you an actual solution then, without having to be an emperor.
Okay. Increase the volume on that.
But
I'm sorry?
Are you playing a clip right now?
Yeah.
Okay, if you can increase the volume on it, was a little low. We can hear it, but if you can increase the volume on it, that'd be great.
Okay.
If you can.
It's as high as it can, yeah.
All right, well then go ahead. We can hear it. We can hear it. Go ahead.
Okay.
The only difference is you don't need to be an emperor. All you have to do is you get successful Black people, men and women, and you create a society, like not a secret society, an open society, but that requires a certain kind of merits to enter this society. The society is basically an affluent society that anyone can join as long as they meet the conditions. You grow the society, obviously, as more successful people breed successful people, etc.
Breed.
Right. They said that. It's a society that stops other Black people from joining. Now, obviously, since a lot of young people, especially the women, are going to see, there's a lot of guys who are successful in the society. I want to be part of this society. How do I join the society? They will then.
So your current solution, is there's an abstinence portion that wasn't mentioned here.
Okay, so I can explain that away. It's really simple and it's consistent as heaven. That solution I gave you was how to fix the Black community as a whole and how to make Black people successful. The question that we're talking about here is first how to actually fix the relationship to begin with. That's a holistic plan. Well, you need this. This is a more kind of fleshed out solution. First, this is the tenets that have to be fixed first, but that is the solution for the grand scheme. Now, this is just a more, more specific.
Wait. So what you were saying here on Chantel's panel was a grand scheme solution, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so in order to get this solution, you're saying fix the relationship problem first, which means that abstaining for a significant period of time until whenever the laws change,
while making yourself
successful, and then use that to leverage relationships out of people, correct?
The person has to be still working on themselves and becoming successful at the same time, but yes. And then once that's happened, then you create these affluent Black communities. And you said that they already exist, right? But they're localized. And I use the
analogy. Not localized.
There's no like general universal system. What I mean by that is there is no connection of like a large system. Hindus, right?
That's what the community is. I mean, so the organizations that I spoke of before, the Black organization, fraternal sorority, et cetera, spread throughout the country and has been here for over 100 years. What do you mean localized? Like they all live in Detroit?
No, localized, it means that.
Hold on, heard your thought on that. What localized mean? Mr. Tober, thank you for the super chat. He says 2 tickets to the excuse train, please. Economy class will do. Black Wolf Inc. is back in the building with another super chat. He says, Captain, by my calculations, I can 100% confirm Misogynoir is a male feminist trying to infiltrate this space to create openings for the Pink Hills Brigade. So thank you for that on the super chat end, and I think that is it. All right, go ahead. Hopefully you held your thought.
All right, okay. So sorry, can you repeat the last question, Game Changer, so I have it fresh in my mind?
Actually, I don't remember the last question.
It wasn't a question. You were just starting the sentence off.
Okay, right. Okay, so right. So what Ike is saying is exactly correct. There's 2 articulated points. One of them that I said in Chantel's stream was, how do we fix the Black community as a whole so that the way people perceive us in the world, including people in the UK and America, is different, that we're perceived as winners. And I gave a very kind of generalized statement. Now what we're talking about is how to fix simple relationships between people, and it's a more specific thing, and I couldn't have got into this then.
But by implementing one plan, you deny the other. So you're saying
because I just didn't give the context yet. The full context.
Well, okay, so you can't abstain from women in the sense that you're talking about and build a community in the other sense that you were talking about on her panel.
You do that next, but that's next.
Excuse me, you do that next. So a person my age, let's just say that this takes 20, and one word to that this plan takes 20 years. So you're saying that you do that, and then 20 years later, Black people start having babies again. That's your plan to build relationships.
No, I didn't say that. That's not exactly what I said. First of all, I didn't say 20 years.
But that's the conclusion. So how long of an abstinence period are we talking about?
How long of an abstinence period? As long as it takes.
Step 1, become successful.
That could be indefinite.
Yeah, I agree. Step 2, leverage that, gain the attention of the women. Step 3, leverage that. How long between step 2 and step 3 before?
Well, first of all, okay, great comment. Actually, first of all, it would not take 20 years because, like I said,
how long does it take to get laws changed?
No, it wouldn't. I'll explain why.
How long does it take to get laws changed?
It depends on the law. A few years. Like
no, it's not a few, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Again, that's why I say you're speaking.
Right, quick, fantastic. How long have the jihad been fighting for the right to marry?
That's different. You're talking about the whole process.
How long have the jihad been fighting for the right to marry?
I don't know, right? But
okay. Well, was it a few years?
You're talking about a process, versus I'm talking about the actual changing of the law.
You're talking about a process. Long. That's why there's a step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4.
Right. Exactly. So a lot of those steps could be simply overcome.
So outside of petty local laws, could you name one that was changed in a few years?
Apart from local petty laws, did you say? I mean, I don't know them, but I could find them. I'm sure.
Bro, we can use the 94 crime bill as a context, bro. How long did it take?
You know what? I'll use
just to give you an example. It's not illegal to have cell phones in prisons because the laws haven't caught up to that technology. So it does take a significant amount of time for laws to change.
No. First of all, you're confusing a lot of things.
Excuse me. I'm saying. So if you're going to suggest a plan, that requires men to abstain until laws change, please let the men know how long they'll be abstaining for. Thank you.
Okay.
That being said, it does take a significant amount of time, which means that that will not allow them to create the families that you talk about in your second, completely different and contradictory plan.
It's not contradictory.
Not that it's a big deal, but it's illegal to have cell phones in prison.
Okay, so they caught up to it. My bad.
Okay, now let me put it this way. You're talking about no, it takes only a few years to change the law. You're talking about the process of lobbying people, convincing people to change the law. That's a different thing than the actual legal process itself. It does not take forever on an actual legal process.
It takes a very long time to
to get people
to, excuse me, it takes a very long time to abstain, which is rallying the people, and then for them to actually say, because of this abstinence, we're going to change the law. That does take a significant amount of time.
Yeah, fair enough. It does take the abstinence part. Yeah, that's true. Now for the
so do you have any estimate on how long does your plan require for man to abstain?
I didn't say abstain from monkey double backflips. I said abstain from cohabitation and having children. That's different.
How long does it take to for men to abstain from that?
As long as it takes.
Monkey double backflip either.
And how long? And also an important question is how long would women having the feminist mindset that they have before they even notice or start truly giving a damn that men are not cohabitating with us? They will be happy just working a little piece of a job and getting random dick and find some idiot to knock them up, and they doing that now. So that's why I'm not that convinced.
The question is, Misogynoir, how long between step 3 and step 4?
Okay, so you ask a question. It will take around 5 years for them to realize there's something wrong, like to really see that something is wrong. You say
the Manosphere has been at it for 5 years. Doesn't seem like anything's. I mean, there has been change, but it doesn't seem like the law is changed.
No, the law is not changing. But they're not unison. The issue here is this lack of strategy. Like, again, game change. You're talking about the natural process as it has been happening. But if you change the strategy and tactics and actually force it, like actually, for example, if the Manosphere rallied with these 2 points, changing the laws and abstaining and making those 2 things really clear, and then they reach critical point whereby enough people know about it and they're actually living to these tenets, it will change within less than 20 years, the actual laws, maybe even 10 years, if it was in strategic. The issue here is it's not strategic. A lot of you guys are just simping out there complaining about your problems, but there is no strategy. That you're talking about natural systems that happen naturally.
There is no real strategy. Here's the thing, Misogynoir. You say that there is no strategy, and you have a strategy.
Pretty bad tactics.
Stop. Y'all don't let them go.
Exactly. So you say that there's no strategies or tactics or anything, and I have to say that your strategy is complete and total shit. You see, each and every single change that has been made began with this. Feminism began with this, and guess what? It took more than 5 years for them to get everything that they got today. It began with them having the conversation. Women should have the right to vote. They said that over and over and over and over and over again for more than the Manosphere for longer than the Manosphere has existed, until they got the effing vote. And then they said, we want something else, over and over and over and over again. Then Title IX, and they kept doing this over and over and over again until it works. You see, you understand this power as a male feminist. That's why you're here, to try to shut us up, to try to say stop. Excuse me, I'm speaking. To try to say stop talking until you have a solution. I have a solution, therefore you should listen to me. Your solution is complete and total shit, and I think you know that. I think that on some level you know that, but you are here to disrupt and steer the conversation in a negative direction. You don't have anything. You're here to disrupt and gain attention from our.
But I've just given the solution. How can you say I don't have anything? Okay. No.
I said that you have one, and I said that it's shit. Like, I keep saying that.
Really?
Like,
it at least protects you from the issues of using.
It's not well thought out.
It is.
All right, Sika in Yang in the building. He says, I wish people would let each other speak.
That's in
the building with a super chat. He says, one love and support BR on the argument of disqualifying men who are divorced, giving marriage and relationship suggestions. Should we also discredit football as advice from coaches that lost Super Bowls? Good point there. Zero in the building says same-sex marriage was never illegal. They framed it that way, but it was never illegal. Their battle was for the state to recognize the union to take advantage of women-centric rights via feminism. Me and Zero got a pending one-on-one. We're going to be exploring that one too, what he just said. Right there. And let's see. I think Zero came back through with another one. Give me a second, fellas. Give me a sec. Okay, yep, I passed it. And all right, here we go. Zero back in the building. He says, you are not going to change any laws. You need voting majority. Feminism has 80% of the vote.
Zero made a great point.
Right.
But you only get, if you're going to change the laws by getting a voting majority, that means you need to abstain so that they become the majority who then vote for that law to change for you. You're not going to change the law unless you get the people who you want to act the way that you want to be the ones to be fighting for you. That's not going to happen by itself, game changer.
But hold on.
The only way is sorry, go on.
Let me again, and there's a lot of people in the chat that say, listen, bro, what person is going to go against their own advantages willingly?
Okay.
It's hold on, wait. When and how are you going to get women, the majority of women, we'll just say 51% of women to say, okay, I'm going to get away from alimony, child support, affirmative action, all of these things that give me, especially black women, okay, because black women get even more through poverty things, welfare, government housing, Section 8, all those other things. And they've been doing this for longer than you or I've been alive, okay? So you're telling me something that's been going on for, at the very least, 3 to 4 generations, we'll just say 3.5 generations, is going to stop in a 5-year period. Make it make sense.
Okay, let me make it make sense. You asked why would they do that? That's why I said you make enough brothers who are high level enough that they want that, and then you abstain that from them. At the end of the day, they're biologically programmed.
Hold on, time out. How would you go about getting the message to these brothers that that's what they ought to be doing?
Bernard, not even that.
This is an important question because he's team stop talking. So how would you go about getting the message to brothers that that's what they ought to be doing anyway?
Okay, you do what you're doing, but you have to be strategic about it. You can't just telling them, "Oh, this is bad." You have to actually tell them this is bad, and this is the actual solution for it. I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay, so your initial premise was just refuted by you. I just want to make that very clear. Your shut up and stop talking and go do it method just failed. You lost. Gino Richardson, you sent a bunch of super chats. I gave you a wrench. I had to snatch it because you said some things I'd rather you not be saying. But welcome to the show. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic. Then we're gonna go back to
he dropped off
and he's gone. So Truth, it was a few moments he was looking like you was ready to jump in. So I'm gonna pass it to you after I read that brother P that super chat. He said, "This bro is goofy. If you don't co-sign my agenda, no." For you, that would be interesting to see. Take that to Roman Army's channel. Thank you for the super chat, brother P. Dat appreciate it. Go ahead, Truth. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Hey, that was pretty funny. That no dick. From what I gleaned of the conversation, it's like, okay, so if we're talking about how to advance men's rights, it's definitely an uphill battle. But it can't be more of an uphill battle than anything our ancestors as black men have gone through. So, like, we do got to note all the obstacles because they have to be overcome, and you can't overcome them through pure determination because you're going to run right into them. But a lot of times, it's surprisingly easier than you might think to red pill women. And presuming that there is this actual renaissance of masculinity, there is this revitalization of what it means to be a man, we will be taking charge. We will be leading our women. And even though they outnumber us at the polls and statistically they vote more than us, we should be able to win that battle. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's definitely something that needs to be taken serious, like as fuck, because the fact that people legitimately don't want to get married because the laws are so chaotically destructive to men and unfair. It's like it's interesting enough for us to all talk amongst each other and go, man, this is fucked up. But like, nah, like society is children. Like society is children, and children need and deserve, in my opinion, a married parental unit.
I agree.
So, you know what I'm saying? So like, they're destroying society. This is real. Like, this is real shit. This is our generation's thing, and we got to do it.
Don't have kittens. Yeah.
I agree with you that. Hold on, real quick. I agree with you that women can be red pilled. There's still a question of what are they going to do with the information. Like a lot of women, like for example, I did a stream called, Kevin Samuels has women going through red pill rage right now because the red pill information is getting out to them at a massive level. What they do with it is one question, but they're going through a red pill rage phase right now. Who knows how it's going to turn out when all is said and done, but they can be red pilled. Thus the reason that having these conversations is not a problem. But go ahead. You're about to say something else.
Oh, I'll wrap it up. I'm an optimist. I'm an idealist. I'm also a realist, though. So it's like it's not necessarily going to be easy or quick, but presuming everyone plays their role, does their part, men are going to win. And it makes sense that it's the internet that really has brought forth so many. Like you brought up earlier, this was much earlier, but Steven Crowder, that changed my mind. It's like it's a war of ideas. It's a war of ideas. You have to participate in the war, and if you do, you might win. It's like, and I believe in us. And then I guess the last thing I want to say is, if you don't want kids, don't have kids. Do not have social pressure to have kids. Like, if you don't want kids, don't even think about it. If you're on the fence about it, like I be hearing chicks calling to Kevin, like, I don't want kids, but if he wants kids, I'll have kids. Bitch, don't have kids. Nobody deserves a mom who didn't want them. That's fucking crazy. And these people are psychotic. They think that children deserve to be a consideration. There are some people who are obsessed with kids and can't wait to have kids. They're the only ones who should be having kids, just in my opinion. And then, but yeah.
Yeah.
So can I ask both your plans for both the community?
Wait. Can I
we heard Fantastic in a while. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad.
Hold on, wait, real quick. The Mac the Trucker says so. Misogynoir is saying give a chick all your resources, and that's the solution. This is a Twilight Zone. I don't think that's what he was saying. He had a long drawn out plan, but I don't think he was saying exactly that. But we're gonna keep it moving forward. Thanks for the super chat, the Mac the Trucker. Go ahead, Fantastic. You got it.
All right, so that is OG. What's going on? It's been a minute, man. It's like OG. But listen, man. Listen again. I think Truth said the most important thing here, bro. Realist. Listen, bro. We talk about niggas. All right, we talk about niggas. So this whole thing about having enough of them, again, the high value man for the black man is the lowest. It's like what 8% to 10% of black men are quote unquote high value, 6 figures or better, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's 8%. Yeah.
So 8%. So on top of that, now you have the thing of where even these women don't give a damn about the high value aspect. Again, we can use the Tennessee 3, Future, Dwight Howard, any of these people who, again, one man could have children with however many women. Okay, this is biology also. So what you're saying is something that's literally impossible. You're never going to get 100% of men to abstain from, first off, fucking, 2, skeeting them bitches and glazing their insides and getting them pregnant, and then 3, again, changing the women's minds, because you know what the women will just do? The women will just go to the dudes that they know don't give a damn and get pregnant by them, or the dudes that truly are simps. So the thing you're saying, it sounds good on paper, but when you actually flesh it out and try to get the workings of it, it's not going to work that way, bro. Especially not in a 5-year time frame, sir. Again, tell me any generation, not any culture or any people that had something going on for 40 years and it changed in 5. Even this alternative lifestyle people thing took 2 presidential terms to happen. That would have been 8. So and that's a lifetime long of something that was the opposite of what the social norms are. So you're saying that you're black people that have the lowest understandings of a lot of important things are going to get together.
Lowest IQ people. Yeah.
Huh?
Lowest IQ people.
Well, that's not true. Yeah. But either way, again, the people that have the hardest thing understanding very, very important concepts as adults are going to somehow come together and in a 5-year time frame, completely and totally do a 180 on the culture of American black people. That's what you're telling me.
If you guys on the Manosphere, you, Mr. Fantastic, Bernard, and all these other people, and the Simps too, start to actually focus on this kind of strategy, yes. And again, you don't need 100% of black men to be high-level men. You just need a lot higher than 8%. Maybe if you get like 30% of them, that's enough.
Wait.
Then the definition of high value would change.
Well, not even that. Hold up, not even that.
And not even hold on, real quick, and not even that many white men are.
Thank you. Period. You literally have us overseeing everybody, like in the country, bro. White, Asian, whatever. 30% of no people are that. So again, now
no. The Jews are like that. they actually more than 30%.
Okay, well, Jews then. That's out of one. I mean, people from Israel. Don't say.
Wait, right quick. What percent is the God's chosen people?
What do you mean God's chosen people? I wouldn't say that. I would say Jews, right?
Well, yeah, you technically, as far as I know, you're not supposed to say that. It triggers the algorithm.
Don't say that.
Okay.
He's being provocative to avoid the question. What percent of JWS?
Ashkenazis, right? Okay. What percentage of them are earning over 100K?
You know, repeating the question is gonna buy you a little bit of time, but just answer the effing question.
Okay, if that's the question, I don't know the exact percentage, but I do know that
it's more than 30.
Yes, I know it's more than 30
or something like that. So you
I don't know, but
you just say crap.
No, I said I don't know the percentage, but I know.
So
it's more
you just
than 30.
say crap. Okay, go ahead. Fantastic.
That's not how it goes. I said more than 30. I just don't know the exact percentage.
Well, again, Google is your friend, bro. Google is your friend. All you got to do is Google it. Either way, however it goes, bro. Again, we're talking about realism here, bro. And again, this is what for everybody still in the chat riding, now it matters that we're American. Yes, because he is challenging American black men to shut the hell up talking, and he doesn't understand American black men experience.
It's nothing to do experience, my guy. Nothing to do experience.
Oh, yes, it does.
Nah.
Hold up, wait. And this is what I keep saying. And y'all let this dude filibuster and we get to over talking. He purposely does that. Bernard Riley gave you the perfect example of what I said before. Me and a Chinese man is never going to have the same life experience. We're not going to have the same shortfalls. We're not going to even have the same discriminations. We're not going to have the same opportunities. Even within here, if you took me and put me in China, or you took a Chinese man and put him here, it's going to be two different outcomes, bro. Or even if you
right, but I don't look back.
Wait. So we don't overtalk. Listen, it's not stupid at all. You're just trying to run. Listen, this is the problem, bro. The Black American experience matters. For the black male experience matters because it's unique to almost any other demographic on the planet. You, as not being a black man, that get to be on the outside looking in and criticizing us and telling, oh, well, just do this. Oh, just do that. That is what we call, do you know this American term? Monday morning quarterbacking. Do you know that term?
I don't know that, but tell me no.
Oh, so that's 2 in a row. So Fantastic was right. So now we got you.
It's not 2 in a row. I got one of them.
Brother, I ain't said shit all thing. Let me have my time. I'm gonna let you have it. So you are such an expert on American black man, but here's the second colloquialism that I've given you. You didn't know what 10 toes down meant. You don't even know what Monday morning quarterbacking means. And somehow you're gonna come here and tell American black men what the hell we ought to be doing. You don't even understand those everyday known things.
Yeah, this is stupid. Bro. This is literally no. 1 second.
All right, we're gonna go ahead.
I'd like to say good morning.
Yes, I was just about to pass it to you. Welcome to the show, and thank you for your patience. I have a lot of people in the back chat. I don't do 10 nigga panels, so I'd like to thank you for your patience back there. I hated to leave you back there for that long, but I'm glad you're up now. You got the floor. You got the mic. Go ahead.
I just like to say good morning to all the panelists. Some I know, some I don't know. So if I don't know you, you don't know me. It's brothers and sisters. First thing I would like to say is there's a couple things he said in the beginning of your interviewing him about things in the past working or not working and got to be changed or whatever. I would like to say for a guy who was in the Nation of Islam for 21 years, and I'll be FOI for life. There's some of the arguments that Manosphere, not Manosphere, just the black experience in America. I would like to say if you go back and look at Elijah Muhammad in 1930, even if you disagree with the religion itself, that you can see that he came with a plan, not only with a plan, it worked. He had his own university that educated his children. He had a lot of plans that we overlook. If you start to look at some of these basketball players, football players, where do you think they're getting these damn names from? Where did these names come from? Right. Where did this mindset came from? So what I would like to say this morning, this is why you don't let children run your house. That's number one. This is why you have to be a certain age to be even in political arenas. It's because you have to have experience, and we keep thinking experience is education. Let me just tell you something about education.
when you are educated, you use a lot of big words and you use a lot of big terms, but something at the end of the day, it don't mean shit because you don't have common sense. And so that's what it really comes down to. And the only way you can have common sense, you got to have some experience to be able to put it, to make it work. Now, let's just take this young man plan, what he's talking about right now. All right. There's I think 5 pillars of how the laws work in this country, or the political arena, or just how things work in the United States itself. All right. We're forgetting about one thing that we didn't throw in the mix of this, and we're talking about the Constitution of this country. It's the founder of all laws in this country. If you want to overturn something, sometimes it don't need a great mass of people to overturn something. You get one case, and you take that case, and you make that case, you bring it to the Supreme Court. You, if you look at how they did integration of school, you might disagree with it or what, but you just have to know the strategy they use. They went out there, they did experiments, and they presented to the Supreme Court as far as being unconstitutional by the experience they did. And so when it came down to that, there's all kinds of ways you can change laws in this country. But if you forget about how we did it from the beginnings, and this is why we use this thing in the United States, young man from the UK, is if you forget about your past, you are doomed to repeat it over and over and over. And this is why I say the Manosphere and all these other spheres, black YouTubers, sometimes we have things right at our hands and we don't use them because we don't know about them. Because what we want to do is throw the kid out with the bathwater. We don't throw old people out with the bathwater. And sometimes these old strategies do work. And that's all I wanted to say this morning. Thank you for having me on there, Mr. Riley. And I think we can take this conversation to a higher level where we can understand what we're trying to get. Because either way you look at it, we're all trying to get to Atlanta. You can take the 40 or you can take the 10 or whatever freeway you want to take. At the end of the day, we want to get to Atlanta. And that's what we should be communicating about.
Okay. I appreciate you.
Yo, Truth, I was trying to see if I was gonna catch you kissing that dog in the mouth like the white folks. I thought I caught you. I zoomed in on you and everything. Let me catch him kissing that dog in the mouth.
All right, but I'd like to ask a question if I may.
Go ahead. You got a game.
I don't kiss dogs in the mouth.
I know.
Yeah. I seen a woman and she was white and she was sharing an ice cream with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I seen it at Dairy Queen. So are you willing to implement the plan that you talk about in your own personal life, Misogynoir?
Who me? Willing? That's a good question.
Damn, bro.
It's a good question. I gotta think.
So wait a minute. You're telling me that you don't know if this plan that you want to implement for millions of black men and women, you don't know if you'll do it yourself?
There's a different reason why. It's not because
you're essentially suggesting that millions of people do something that you're not willing to do.
Yeah, I mean, the people who run the war aren't in the front line, right? But
no, your plan is for day-to-day citizens, though.
Yeah, I'm not a day-to-day citizen. I'm the strategizer. No, I'm the strategizer. I'm the commander.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Your plan, step 3 of your plan, is to leverage your success over the women until you get what you have. So you're going to, while all these women are sitting around horny, waiting for, some attention and penis, you're going to be out giving it to them while you're telling other men to wait them out.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying,
fellas, this plan is bullshit.
No, that's not it. Come on.
That was the most elaborate, the most well thought out, elaborate plan.
This plan is the only way he can get some. He's trying to tell everybody else in the world to hold their dick.
Okay.
Put your dick up.
Every better looking man in the world to hold their dick so he could go out and get some.
No. Come on.
This man
you asked the question.
He wants to go to the club and have all the women come after him. He's upset at everybody else that the women are swiping right on Tinder for. He's like, something, if I can convince all the black men to not go on Tinder, I'll finally get somebody to swipe right on me.
Right. No, that's the BABGs out the way. You got to get the BABGs out the way, baby. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, let me respond to
I got you. Just hold yourself. Sick of Yang in the building. Shout out to you. I did put the link in there for you. Thanks for the super chat. And my man, Coach Ali's Corner in the building says, no comment, just some weekend tricking. Shout out to the panel and chat. My man, Coach Ali in the building. O'Shea Duke Jackson in the building.
Says, simping again.
That's actually funny. Shea Duke Jackson. Back simping again. All right. If you say tricking, I'll be with you. Back tricking again. He'll probably agree with that one. But shout out to O'Shea. He says Manosphere 2.0 in the building. Salute to O'Shea. The Mac the Trucker in the building. He says Misogynoir trying to send everyone to the cliff and sit back. Yeah, you like the cult leader. You like the cult leader trying to get everybody else to drink the Kool-Aid, and then you don't take a sip your damn self. That's what you're trying to do.
This dude's an obvious simp, man.
That's really our biggest problem with you. Like, well, Fantastic keep talking about focusing on you not being from here, but really, that's not the problem. It's you thought process and ideologically, like you ain't one of us. You're not. So when you're trying to give solutions to what we need to do, it's like, nah, you've shown your cards. Most people have assessed you to be a male feminist. So
I don't know how. I'm a MGTOW. I mean, how is that? How does that make sense?
Bro, you call yourself woman's red pill some bullshit in the damn revenge or something shit, bro. You got women's name in your title. So what are you talking about?
That's my channel, right? But that's not me.
All right. So again, okay, why would a man that's for men be talking about women's red pill revenge? What sense is that?
There's no revenge. Red pill awareness. There's no revenge.
Awareness again, but either way, women's red pill anything. Why as a man and especially a MGTOW, why are you focused on the women?
Because I gotta help them so that they see my strategy. So
no.
Hold on. What do you want them to see? What do you want them to see?
You can watch my video. I analyze things and break it down, and I help them to see the truth.
Give me the bullet points. Okay, go ahead. You're about to do it. What do you want them to see?
Yeah, some of the bullet points is their contribution in the system, why a lot of guys are unwilling to continue in the system, and how they can change in order to facilitate the system to be more successful.
So that's what I'm talking about. So you're helping the women, not the men. Your focus is the women, not the men.
To be fair, doesn't Kevin Samuels do that?
But hold on. Wait. Truth. And again, we've covered that though. You guys are kind of late to this shit. We've already been through this with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels is of the mind of black families from his traditional understanding of him being a 50-year-old some odd man. All right. So the way to fix his problem through his solution is strong black families, more marriages, black marriages. That's his thing. Everybody does not agree with before Kevin Samuels skyrocketed off to motherfucking Mars and shit, bro. He used to be down here in the trenches with us lowly people having these same motherfucking arguments, cussing, fussing, all that good shit, nigga shit, all whatever. All right. So again, now though he's where he is, he just has a better refined message of the same thing. So we've already had this argument. You guys are just unaware. I'm not going to fault him for that.
It's not the same thing. He's saying he's promoting marriage.
Hold on. Let me say.
My bad, bro.
If Misogynoir, if he's truly giving red pill advice to women, which
he's a Kevin Samuels wannabe. That's why I keep bringing him up. I told you.
No, but he kind of. Well, I don't know for sure. I think he'd be kind of hating on Kevin Samuels too.
Exactly. That's the way you get up, Bernard. That's why he's here. This nigga's trying to get on easily.
But I've never heard him on the panel giving red pill advice to women. I've heard him basically come on and do what I assess to be caping for women and trying to get men to shut up and not
telling men
about women.
Also, he wants to disrupt our conversations and vilify himself in the eyes of people who don't like the Manosphere. There are people who hate. There are people who hate watch you, just like there's people who hate watch Fantastic and I. And those people are now looking at him. And that's what he really wants. He's asking
that way to get on, man.
Right.
We've seen that. We've seen that content strategy before. A lot of people do it, but that's what he's doing. But what I don't like is when he tries to make it seem like he's in our camp. No, you are an enemy at the gate. You know, you in the trenches fighting a good fight for your side, but you're not on this side of the fence. You're not.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the reason why he's trying to pretend like he's one of us is so he's an enemy at the gate and he wants us to open the gate. So I mean, or else he'll just be some, male feminist pissing in the wind. Otherwise,
how am I feminist when I'm a MGTOW? I just don't get it.
Bro, again, like we said,
I'm not going to answer that question because I'll give you further attention. But what I will say is that he's trying to attract the negatives to build a platform for himself.
And again, like I said too, no one even know you had a channel, bro. And I'm not even saying that to be on some whole shit or like bigger than you.
I got 1,000 subscribers, right?
Okay, no one over here again. No one over here knew it. Again, I didn't even know you had a channel. No one here knew you had a channel.
Now you do. 400 people.
Yeah, because you advertise.
All right, well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. And you're further proving my point. That's why you're here. And again, you're not here for the men. You're here for the bitch. The same bitch you claim we motherfucking simping for, you're talking to her to give her the key to what she needs to do for the men to like her. Again, following even bigger. Hold on, this is what you said, brother. Not what I said.
Again, yeah, I agree.
I know you agree because I do this for real, nigga. I know I'm right. And again, this is what I'm saying. You're doing the same thing you're criticizing Kevin Samuels for doing, just on a lower scale, and you just haven't popped yet. That's you.
What's the name? What's the name of your channel? Let me type it in. What's the name of your channel? And shout out to Cool Kamazi. I hope I said your name right. I always botch your name. But what's the name of your channel?
It's Women's Red Pill Society.
And last time I checked, MGTOWs are not concerned with women; they're concerned with men. It says men going their own way, not fucking men and women. And you're not a male feminist. You can't. Bro, the first time you hopped up in the spaces, bro, we was saying that we saw you coming from a mile away, brother. I mean, I can respect it, but I mean, don't act like that's not what you're not doing. Don't piss in the wind and tell us that it's rain, bro. We ain't dumb.
Yeah, we do. We see you. We can see you.
Yeah.
Like you out here in plain sight. Like,
yeah,
but it's good debate, though. I mean, I ain't tripping. I mean, we can come on. We can have a debate, but the disingenuous. Women's Red Pill Society. I don't see you. I don't.
Women's. Let me post the link up here.
Yeah,
I just private chat, please. No more advertising for yourself.
Everyone, go to Women's Red Pill Society and subscribe.
All right, hold on. Let me.
I want to examine his channel. I do want to examine his channel.
It's not,
it don't exactly pop up.
Again, man. Again, like I said, bro. Everybody always likes to make Fantastic the villain. You're this, you're that, you're over this, bro. Again, I'm batting 10,000, bro. Again, I understand what you're doing, bro. You're getting your buzz, you're getting your this to that. You're coming against the Manosphere. That's what's hot to do in these streets nowadays. Everybody's coming from fucking what I get.
All right, I found it. Yeah,
from Jason Black to little nobody ass motherfuckers that don't matter, and you just on the train, bro. So hey, it is what it is.
Nah, dude, I'm trying to help as well. I'm not.
I can't tell, bro. If you was trying to help, you'd be talking to the men, not the women.
I am talking to the men. I'm talking to you.
No, you arguing with us.
No, it's not about who he talking to. It's what he's saying when he's talking. I'm okay with somebody talking. Oh no, but what you're saying when you're talking is problematic. Yeah, but that's where the problem is. I'm looking at your channel and it don't look like you're doing what you said that you do on your channel. I only see 3 videos.
Yeah, I see the same thing, and the channel's been for like 2 years.
Okay, yeah, it says Okay, I see 2-year-old videos. I see 2 videos that's over 2 years old, and I see one. It said, "Trusted fund. Becky thinks money and ranking are." Okay, so he just this is responding to a Kevin Samuels video. So
yeah,
I'm very interested in what he's saying about Kevin Samuels. In that, is he being agreeable? Or
I don't think we should be. I think
Fantastic was right without even knowing that I was right. God damn!
All right,
at it again.
Go ahead. Well, Game Changer, you was about to say something. We're gonna go to Cool Kamazi, but shout out to Herbal Tea in the building. Say, Mr. Fantastic. I said the exact same to Misogynoir several weeks ago on Obsidian's live. He has no life experience, no women, no real world knowledge with Black Americans. He's a rank opportunist, plain and simple.
Shout out to the seasoned brother. I ain't gonna even call him an old nigga. He paid the money, so I'm gonna be respectful. Shout out to the seasoned brother.
Seasoned. You called him seasoned. That's funny.
Yeah,
All right,
I mean,
cool, Kamazi. Go ahead. You got it. Thanks for your patience, man. You've been waiting a minute.
Hey, good afternoon, Chad. How's everybody doing?
You got it, bro.
Doing great.
All right. Mr. Misogynoir, good afternoon. Bawani.
Sorry?
Bawani.
Wait, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Bawani, are you Nigerian?
No. East African.
East African. Okay, cool. Let me ask you a question. You coming from the UK, what happened in the UK that made you turn to MGTOW?
What's happened? See, okay, good question, right? Nothing's happened. I see a lot of brothers here talk about experience and all these stuff. I mean, that's how most people learn things, but some people just learn things by observing just generally the numbers, looking at the stats. And for me, it's more just looking at the stats and numbers globally. This is not a American problem, actually. This is a worldwide, global problem. To some countries, less so, especially the poorer countries that still have their culture intact. It's not as big yet. But this is the same issues going on in Europe, like especially places like Portugal or those places are even worse than America. So no, it's nothing to do that's happened personally in my life or anything. It's just when I see a problem, I find a solution immediately without getting down and dirty in the trenches. That's how I got into it.
So you don't actually solve it. You just create what you feel it might be a solution.
No, so you do it like a woman. So you do it like a woman does.
There's no. What? No, come on.
Wait. Stop. Wait. Again. This is what you're yet again proving my point. The African American man from America had to get dirty, bro. So again, even your approach to solving the problem is non-African American man.
You know what? I think you're right on that one.
I know I'm right. Bro. I don't need you to think.
It's not African either, because you said all across the world.
Yeah, it's not African or American.
Yeah, Africa is definitely far from MGTOW. Coming from Ghana myself, and I was born here, but I was born in America, but my family's from Ghana, and far from that MGTOW lifestyle is going on in Africa to this day. There's plenty of families being created in this world, created in Ghana and West Africa, all over. So when you say that, I have to say you're very incorrect on that in your stance. Now, you did say a wild chat. I think it was either Obsidian's or Bernard Riley that you were dealing with somebody. I think Kevin Sam was talking to you about it, that you were dealing with a woman, and it was kind of like an off and on situation. Were you MGTOW then?
It depends on the timeline.
If it's Thursday, he was MGTOW.
No, I've been MGTOW for a couple of years now, so I've known about it enough. So I was still, like you said, dealing with one, but I had in my mind, I didn't have a blue pill fantasy. I already expected and accepted that things might end up like this, and I had already accepted all the consequences. I already have banks in Switzerland that have my money separated, etc. I have different companies that I own that my money is safe, basically. So I wouldn't have that issue. And in terms of like the whole children thing, I'm going down the whole IVF route. So I would own 100% of that kid. So I don't have so for me, I don't have to follow the traditional tenets of MGTOW. I can circumvent these issues using those kinds of systems. I don't have the blue pill fantasy, so it won't be a problem if it ends. And I also have my money protected, and also my.
I don't mean to interject, sir, but you did say children,
right?
And you said that's very key. So you said your IVF, that's fine. But what about your child? What if they're not going to be MGTOW?
Sorry,
because every man what if your child is not going to be MGTOW? What if your child is to say, hey, I want to be married, I want to have a family,
and that's why I have a solution. That's why I have a solution that I hope that brothers can take. That will then mean that by the time he grows up, that he won't have to deal with all these specific contradiction points to deal with it. So that's why I have the solution.
Okay, I appreciate your solution. I do want to point out to everybody that's listening that he comes and critiques the Manosphere for just talking, yet he admits to not wanting to get down and dirty himself. Absent getting down and dirty, all you are doing is talking.
Only because, right? Okay, let me explain that point there. The only reason I don't want to get down and dirty.
Just right quick. You don't have to say "let me explain." You could just explain. You see, when you say "let me explain," it means that you're trying to stumble on and take time to think of a lie in your brain. Explain immediately after the question mark presents itself, please.
I'll explain. Anyways, so
go. You did it again. Explain immediately.
You're giving more time.
Question mark is presented now.
Okay. Anyways, so my issue there is that right? If brothers could take my solution and use it, if brothers were intelligent.
By brothers, you mean everybody else but you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Most people that but me, I will leave out 5%. If most people but me could think at the same level that I could and come up with the solutions and be willing to take those solutions like I could, I wouldn't implement.
Now this the smartest nigga in the room.
That's obvious. I'm the nigga here with a PhD, right? So that's obvious, right? That's not really something to.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, brother. I love it.
Fantastic. Am I seeing that? Hold on, real quick.
You're giving him time. Go ahead.
Fantastic.
Go ahead.
What university did you graduate from?
Not one.
Actually.
Wait. You didn't answer. Let me answer. Fantastic. What university?
No. You.
Wait. No. I'm talking, Mr. Fantastic. Let me ask.
Answer the previous question.
Okay, I'll answer the previous question. All right, okay. So if brothers could think at the same level where they could able to break down the specific rules, like I did, and I give my personal solution that won't affect me negatively, then I would tell them to do the same thing that I would. But I know brothers aren't going to do that. I've tried it before, but they just can't do it for whatever reason. They have blue pill fantasy in their mindset. The solution I have is more for people because they can take it and it's not difficult. When you're giving a solution, it's going to be relevant to the population that you're giving it to. The average brother is an 85 IQ Black American. That person is not going to be able to contend with high level concept. It's just basic math. Am I going to go around telling a bunch of 85 IQ people that can't graduate from college, do this?
Okay, so hold on.
No. He's trying to.
That's the average. The average IQ for Black Americans is 85.
Wait,
85.
Fantastic. He's trying to trigger. Don't let him continue. He's trying to buy time. So
about buying time. He's answered the question. Now let me get to the other part of the what's name. He answered the question of what he's going to give you. He's never going to get to the actual question you answer anyway. So it might as well jump to it. So listen to what I'm saying. No, you sidestepped that one too. But let me tell you this again, brother. Let's see. Did PhDs really exist? Let's say, or were they very common in Black people? Let's say, go 50, 60 years back. Were they quite common?
And now we change the topic.
No. GC, chill. Was it quite common for Black men in that time
to have PhDs?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by common. Like, do you mean less?
Brother, again, a PhD or any type of college education, bro, is not the same thing as intelligence. That's what.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's not what IQ does. That's
no.
Not
Listen, Misogynoir. Listen. Okay, you got a PhD. Congratulations. Highest I've achieved is a high school diploma, but every time me and you go one-on-one, I end up kicking your ass in debate. So quit bragging on your PhD. I mean,
I didn't brag about it.
Congratulations, but I mean,
I didn't even bring it up. I just said education, right?
And again,
I mean, if you're bringing it up unnecessary, you bring up the IQ thing unnecessary. I mean, if we can be petty, we can be petty. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. I'm gonna go to Game. I know Game Changer got something brewing. I'm gonna go to Game Changer. We could be more petty with the IQ thing if we wanted to, because based off the IQ test, Africans got an average 70 IQ.
Exactly, right.
So we can be more petty with the IQ thing if we wanted to, but we're being decent human beings, and we're just taking what you're saying on his merits and criticizing it on his merits, not based off where you're from, not based off the average IQ of your country, not based off whether you got a PhD or this or that. We're just analyzing the words that are coming out of your mouth as they're coming out of your mouth. So let's just have a decent conversation on the merits and not throw unnecessary jabs, because you will lose at that one too if we really did want to get petty. Go ahead, Game Changer.
Okay. Thank you. So
he asked a question. So the reason I mentioned the whole
I didn't ask a question. I just told you.
That was a question. That was a statement. That was a statement.
Bernard, real quick before you go, GC, before you go, just real quick. Again, ask Thomas Sowell, a guy that's also much higher than you with any type of PhD, about how much you know, or whatnot has to do with intelligence, bro. Somebody
has a lot. It has a lot, dude. It has a lot. There's a correlation. Anyone with at least a college degree has at least on average an IQ of 112 on average. That's it. People who don't have a college whatever degree have an IQ average of 85. It doesn't mean that everyone. Of course, you could have an IQ of 120 for all I know. I don't know. Right, but we're talking about solutions for the majority. That's why I said it's relevant. I can't give people on the average brother who has an 85 IQ solution that's they won't even understand. Because that's why it's relevant. That's why I brought it up. It wasn't to be petty.
Then why time out. If you actually believe that, then why do any talking to begin with? If you're saying the crop of people that you're talking to are too stupid to understand whatever you're saying, then that means you're just pissing in the wind to begin with.
Thank you.
No, because the solution is
because I've been listening. I just want to push back. So one, he's not 100% wrong when he says that the average black reported IQ is lower, like way lower than
85. 85.
Yeah, no, it's 85.
So the idea is you don't necessarily need education to perform well on the IQ test. But I'm curious how they're getting that number and who they're testing. Because
no. But you see,
let me finish, please. Let me finish because the type of individuals who do these type of intelligence quoting and comparing it racially, they want you to assume they're doing it in good faith. And what a coincidence! They just keep noticing whites are at the top or the approved races are at the top. But the reality is, it's like I don't know anyone who's ever taken an IQ test. Like I don't.
I've taken one.
No, hold on. Let me finish. I know that you can take the SATs. If you take the SATs, they can correlate based off the percentile. So there will be a certain percentile of people that can get the score and that can correlate to an IQ, but it's not the same as an IQ score. So they literally have never tested anyone's IQ. Now SAT, that does take education. IQ tests don't take education. SATs do. So the reality is I feel like a lot of people who might perform badly on SATs would probably perform decently, if not better than decent, on an IQ test. So I don't really take much stock. Hold on, let me finish. I don't take much stock in IQ test averages because the majority of the proponents of those tests are racist. They're people who had a huge incentive to make black people look inferior to justify the lack of equal outcome, as they like to call it nowadays. They like to downplay the historical oppression. They like to downplay the consequences of apartheid and colonization and black oppression. And then they like to go, look, maybe they're just low IQ. Maybe it really isn't even white people. That's where this is all connected to. And that's a fact. When you look into the history of where these stats come from, the origin were a group of racist white men. So it's like, again, when you factor in SATs and how those are educationally based, but IQ tests are not because they're more like puzzles that anyone can figure out without, like if you go take an IQ test right now, it's not going to ask you some education-based question. It's going to ask you a puzzle. So anyway, the point is, yes, but no, doesn't matter. To what you're trying to suggest on a premise level, just in general, that the average black man might not be capable of comprehending a superior concept. I think there's probably some truth to that niggas don't want to say. Even Kevin Samuels says this. There is the way you worded it was horrible. I'll just be blunt with you. But the idea that some strategies are not one size fits all. Not everyone can be at the top. Only one person wins the race. But that being said, that should be less relevant. We should be trying to make one of my favorite quotes is by Einstein. He says, those who understand things well can put them very quick and simply. Those who are still learning take a long time to explain it. And so it's like, if you truly understand this, we should be able to, in a nutshell, boom, just give it to people, right? Boom, here's what you need. Boom, that's what we should be trying to cultivate, not, feeling high-minded and creating these over-complicated concepts. It's like, at the end of the day, there's a universal truth that needs to be spoken.
All right.
And that's why...
Wait, Sergeant Moore, you threw an ill-advised punch through bringing IQ into it. I really don't care to hear you even justify why you brought it in or even to respond to what he said. I think bringing IQ into these conversations are irrelevant. With every group, the higher IQ people do the thinking or plot plan, strategize, and implement things that hopefully the people who are not in that room will. For example, I'll say it like this: an intelligent person will build a huge business a plant, a factory, they got assembly lines and all kind of stuff in there, then yes, there's people who probably are not as smart as this millionaire who built a business from the ground up, but they can go in there and man the assembly lines. They don't need to be as smart as him. They don't have to understand everything that he understands. Correct. The white guys working in a coal mine somewhere are not as smart as the engineers who built the whole infrastructure. I mean, who designed the whole infrastructure of how it works. So you bringing up the average IQ of the average black person is just it's ridiculous. And your ass is black too. So you, I mean, so
point to it.
So no, it was no point to it, and I'm not even. I'm going to pass the game changer. If you
thank you. But before me, Bernard, would you mind reading Al Boogie's super chat, please?
All right, hold on. Let me try to find it.
Bernard, the point was my
real quick. Savage Red Recovery. We talking about the black IQ rate. That's not a good look for you to super chat. That's racist. I didn't go read what you said. All right. So I'm fucking with you. I'm gonna read that in a second. Hold on. I'm trying to find Al Boogie. You can read it. Oh no, here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Game Changer had him in the corner. Yep. And y'all let him Harlem shake out. Yep. Absolutely true. So I'm gonna let Game Changer get back to his interrogation after I read Savage. I think I said Savage Red Recovery. He said degree doesn't mean common sense. Without logic, no common sense. This guy has a PhD and acts like a woman. I wonder if his PhD is in gender studies. Thank you for the super chat.
It's in physics.
I appreciate that. Also, I'm going back to you, Game Changer. Give me a second. Useless Familiar says people in the Manosphere come from all walks of life. Men gravitate to the mindset of the content maker. Good point there. Thank you very much. All right. Go ahead, Game Changer. Put him back on the ropes, and we're gonna try to hold him and keep him there. And when he does the deflection or bring something else into it out of nowhere, you can stop him. I'm gonna help you stop him, and you're gonna keep him focused on whatever it is you're trying to dig out of him. Go ahead. Let's go.
Please. And fellas, and this goes to the people that's listening in the chat and everything else as well. Don't let red herrings like that happen. I mean, people are always going to throw stuff like that out there when they try to avoid something. I said in the beginning that he was trying to avoid when he was repeating the question back to me or saying, so you're trying to. He was looking for time to gather a response, and we gave him a significant amount. However, please continue with your answering of the question.
Okay, so my own solution, which is higher level than the average person, can't work for the average person. Therefore, I implement a solution that I think is more palatable to the average person. But for myself, because I'm not going to be enslaved to a lower level solution because of the time frame, I will do it my own way. But I will, of course, as a commander of an army, you don't go around there in the trenches shooting niggas. You go out there and then you lead niggas, but you sit there in a comfortable house of your own making.
So it's interesting because when before, and we were talking on a different panel, I said that from the point of view of the emperor of black people, which would be a command hierarchy, this is what I would implement. Now you're saying that you should be the commander of an army, but before you said that you didn't require such authority to make changes in the black community. So now you're saying that you do require such authority, correct?
No, you don't need the authority, but I'm operating as
you are the commander of the army of niggas. So please elaborate.
Okay, that means like Bernard talked about the engineer. I presented the solutions. Now it's going to reverberate around the manosphere. Other brothers can also say the same thing if they want.
So
I'm out of it.
So it is just talk. You're not actually doing anything. Excuse me. You're not actually doing anything. It is just talk, and you feel that you should be the commander because you have the greatest talk, correct? So how is your talk different than ours?
Because mine is actually going to work, and that's the difference.
Well, you haven't implemented it. So you're saying that if everybody followed you,
most people, yes.
Okay, if everybody followed you, then this utopian society would exist.
Well, no utopia. There's no such thing.
How is that not the emperor of black people scenario that I gave to you?
Because they don't have to follow me. They just have to implement what I've said. Bernard could be the emperor.
That would be following you. That would be implementing your command.
Right.
I just want to say something real quick.
No, please
Follow-
please
Hold on,
don't.
wait. Let's keep him. Let's let Game Changer keep him on the ropes. You got next.
Well, this is in reference to what Game Changer's actually saying.
Hold on, wait. Let's let Game Changer
go ahead,
finish.
go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
And now he's off the ropes.
No, go ahead, Game Changer. You got it.
Bro, go ahead. It's only you and him.
Yeah. Misogynoir, please continue.
Can you repeat the last thing? I went
No, just use your IQ.
Sorry?
I said just use your IQ.
Okay. Anyways, so you don't actually have to follow me in specific. I don't need to become the emperor.
Well, we will follow your ideals, correct?
They have to. Follow what I'm stating.
And your ideals are commands. They're steps in your instructions, correct? So they would be following your instructions, correct?
They could be developed. Yes, mostly yes.
So they would be following your command. Once again, how is this different than the Emperor of Black people that I suggested before?
An emperor is an active role. This is a static role. I'm presenting a command, and
emperor is an active is a dynamic title, or it's a continuous title. But the command of an emperor is static. He say, "Go get me that sandwich." That's not an internal command, or else they would continue to get sandwiches on an infinite loop. No, your command is static. However, the authority that you would use to create this command, apparently you want to be the leader of some Negro army, then that title would be indefinite. But
that could be a shadow leader. I don't have
that is the segue. It really doesn't matter. You want people to follow your command.
Yeah.
You feel that it's necessary in order for people to Black people to excel, that they follow your command, correct?
Yeah, my command is not that different from Thomas Sowell. It's just a bit higher level than his. Yes, if they actually followed it, like that woman in the UK, Michaela Academy, made a school that's successful, it would work. Yes.
So how is this different than the Emperor of Black People command that
because you didn't formulate it as a command. You formulated it as a consistent, sustained role as an emperor, someone with an actual power that other people respect. People don't have to respect me; they just have to respect the ideas that I have presented here. And Bernard, or you, or Mr. Truth, or anyone else can propel it forward. It's got nothing to do with me anymore, apart from the point of me presenting it initially. After that,
So I have one. If I was the commander of Black people, and I want everybody to hear me out. Black men stop being niggas, and Black women stop being bitches, and get the Black man a sandwich. As your commander, so it shall be. Now, you want to know what the problem with that is?
It's not going to work. That's why.
Oh, so you're telling me that Black people stopping being niggas is not going to work?
No, unless you have other things to help them stop it. Yes, it's not going to work by itself. No.
Wait. I'm pretty sure he's being facetious. Don't take him seriously. When you don't okay, hold on.
So wait a minute. According to your plan, they should continue to be niggas then.
No, I'm just saying telling them that it's not going to
work. Please.
Are you kidding?
Please. What plan do you have that works that insists that Black men continue to be niggas? I'm curious.
Niggas are gonna be niggas, regardless.
But not if you command them not to.
No. Again, this doesn't make any sense.
That's because you're saying it.
No. There's a process to this. If Black men become higher level enough and attractive to the other side, and then wouldn't
that mean stop being niggas?
No.
Isn't that the higher level mean?
No. It doesn't have. They don't. No one else has to stop it.
Well, you're old school. Okay.
No, you don't have to. It does not need to involve people who are already niggas. It can involve people like now, as in just you people on the panel.
You said that they would become higher level. Wouldn't that mean No,
there's a difference between niggas and higher level, right? They could just be normal dudes like what you guys
niggas are high level? There's high level niggas out there?
Yeah, of course they are. Pookies and Ray Rays are high level niggas.
Oh, huh? How high is their level? How high is their level? I'm curious.
Okay, I'm cringing out of existence.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Let me
appreciate you, Bernard.
Real quick, Truth. Because Fantastic, you going live at 12:30. I was about to drop you a link real soon when we wrap this thing up. But go ahead, Truth, real quick.
I don't know what y'all. I feel like y'all are in like a war right now. This convo is not even a real convo.
I don't even know. They're arguing a point that doesn't.
Wait, Misogynoir. Come on, man. You said enough. Let him go. Let him go. Go ahead, Truth.
To what I did. Thank you. To what I did here. Fuck, man. Okay, I don't even know. I almost feel like what the fuck? What are niggas even talking about? Okay. I don't think anyone was enjoying that. First of all, I don't like hearing the word niggas used as like a pejorative, and I couldn't tell if he was being
no, he was being facetious, obviously.
Well, no. What he means by that is he means black people who engage in counterproductive behavior.
Oh, that's
what he meant. That's what he meant by black people stop being niggas, stop engaging in counterproductive behavior. That's what he meant.
I don't even know if I can co-sign that usage of the word. To me, that's how white people use it, and it's like, no, you can't say that. You can't say. I don't care how old you
how
are.
white people use it. Truth.
I don't care how old school you are. I don't give a fuck. The logic is right there. It is offensive. So it's just like, just call niggas lazy and bums or something. Don't call niggas because
Game Changer is probably a white man. He sounds like a white man, anyways.
Just call niggas lazy.
Okay.
Lazy and bums.
Here's the thing. Truth. Here's the thing. Truth. Basically, once again, he was on the ropes, and you interrupted to say, "I didn't like the use of the word nigga." Was that really necessary? Was that really mature? Like, you interrupted the conversation.
Come on.
Okay.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. Look, let me move it forward because I don't know if y'all was going to get anywhere else.
No,
Mr. Riley, do you mind if I ask him one more question?
Who said that? That was Kumazi. Hold on, real quick.
Yes,
Solo TV 84 in the building. He said he wants to create his own MGTOW, but with women in it and him at the top. LMF.
Solo 84. I'm gonna be
shout out to
top.
Solo TV 84. I'm sending you an email. I'm sending you an email after I get off here. Solo TV 84. We got Gino Richardson back in here. He said the Emperor of Booty Piracy. That's wild. Is that Gino right there on the left at the bottom? Okay, pulling up on the scene with his ceiling missing. All right, Savage Red Recovery in here. He says if a man doesn't respect you, he doesn't respect your ideas. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. There was a few more in there. I'm gonna get to the people who haven't said nothing. This is it would be wild if Game Changer do actually have Misogynoir on his channel. That would be a wild one. I proved that. Damn, Zero dropped some super chats and I lost him. I do want to know what Zero had to say. Zero imparted some of his divine infinite wisdom. I want to try to find that real quick. Give me a second. There goes one of them. He says Buddha didn't want people to follow him, but rather do what he did to achieve enlightenment. However, we have a religion called Buddhism. So good point, Zero. Told y'all he was going to drop some divine infinite wisdom. Mr. Tobert in the building. He says this is like, he said it's like the military. The new incoming lieutenant has leadership training talk, but the 7-year enlisted soldier has more experience. Interesting point. Black Wolf says this dude is deader than Vision is. Damn, you just on super chat a spoiler? What do you? Okay, anyway. Okay, never mind. All right, I think I got it all. All right, we're gonna go to
Can I say one last thing about our future commander?
Yes, one more thing.
All right, so people, this is your commander.
Affluent society that anyone can join us.
Oh, hold on one moment. Let me slow it down. Okay, there we go.
Unless they meet the conditions. You grow the society, obviously, as more successful people breed successful people, etc. And you make sure it's a society that stops other Black people from joining. Now, obviously, since a lot of these young people, especially the women, are going to see, there's a lot of guys who are successful in the society. I want to be part of this society. How do I join the society? They will then basically change their own behavior in order to be part of that society. And that will kind of self-regulate itself. So you don't have to force anyone to do anything. You just have to create an in-group that has certain privileges that excludes other people. And those people who are at this moment not acting in ways that are, preferred, will just start to, basically.
Yeah. So you should do that.
No, I'm too lazy. I couldn't do that. Right.
Okay, so that's your commander. Basically, when asked to implement his own plan, he says, "I'm too lazy. I can't do that." All right. So just want to.
Yeah, and it sounded like part of his plan was for
yeah,
not
exactly.
being niggas. Yeah. But anyway, Gino, I think I said your name right.
You got it.
Gino Smith, go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I thought Cool was next. Did Cool say what he had to say? Because he's been asking to say something real quick.
He had a question. Yeah.
Go ahead, Cool.
Okay. You said a time limit of 5 years, correct?
Yeah. Around that. That's enough to make them aware that this is going to change. Yeah.
Now, for everybody in the panel here, is there a time limit when it comes to MGTOW?
Hell no.
I'm off. Thank you.
I'm not MGTOW. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's a way of life.
But have a good one.
When I came on Banaz's channel today, you can rewind it. I said,
shit. Hold on. Oh wait, no, that's on. I don't think y'all can hear that. That's just on my end. I got fantastic stream up.
You got it, bro.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So to answer that question, when I came up on the chat, I said I'm MGTOW-ish. I don't believe in any one whatever. I agree with what they're saying, but as a way to get a solution, MGTOW forever doesn't really make sense because it's not what most people want.
Really?
All right, Blackfoot. I'm writing that down. I'm gonna hit up Green Gorilla on that one. I'm gonna hit up Green Gorilla on that one. So thank you for the heads up on that one. All right, Gino Smith, you got the floor, you got the mic. Thank you for that super chat, whoever that was. I forgot already. Al Boogie back in here with another one. He says, Gino got I got that Homer Simpson cut. Pulling up.
Hey, y'all know it's serious when I get on camera with my fucked up hairline. Y'all niggas know it's serious.
Yeah.
Man, your hairline be looking like the Sahara Desert.
Excuse my language. My language.
You got it. You got the flow. You got the mic.
Yo, two things. Hey, first of all, Bernard Riley, appreciate you bringing me here, man. I know I'm too new to your platform. Want to apologize for saying some goofy shit in your chat.
No, you cool. You good.
So we'll keep pushing. I won't do it again. Second of all, I'm a little late to the party because I dropped off for 30 minutes and I came back up. Mr. Fantastic probably already covered this, but I want to go back to when he was saying that Black American ADOS men were simps. Now, first of all, Mr. Arjun, what country are you from, man, on the African side?
East Africa, so
like Ethiopia, Kenya. What's up, man?
One of those ones. Yeah.
All right. So we'll make sure I got my information correct, right? So how can you sit here and call Black American men, ADOS men, simps, when y'all have a history of getting colonized by the Arabs?
Actually, Ethiopia didn't get colonized.
Let him
do that. I know he ain't do that.
I'm just saying.
Ethiopia didn't get colonized.
Stop.
That's the
what do them being colonized by Arabs have to do with being simps?
Yeah, also, Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that wasn't colonized.
That was a question to Gino Smith. I mean, I keep calling you Gino Smith. That's somebody else, Gino Richardson. Go ahead.
Go ahead, because it's like if somebody's gonna sit here and say that, you know,
like I said,
you gotta answer that question. You said that that them being colonized by Arabs got something to do with them being simps, and
they weren't.
How does that? No, let's assume that it's true. I want him to make the simp connection.
It's not true.
Go ahead. No, all right. No, I'm just saying, like, you can't sit here and say that we the biggest simps in the game when y'all countries have a history of basically opening your borders up and selling other people into slave. You can't do that shit, man.
That has nothing to do with simping. That's something else. You're just saying people allegedly did something bad. That's not simping. So that's where it gets petty, where he takes Misogynoir will take unnecessary jabs at Black Americans, and now you're trying to take an unnecessary jab at his people. I mean, I don't.
Just a point of truth here. Ethiopia was literally the only country not to get colonized, so that literally goes against your whole logic.
Okay, so you are Ethiopian.
Yeah.
I have a nationality there, but I'm not ethnically that. So that's
all right. King Dedundo, thanks for that super chat. All right, we about to wrap this thing up. The link to Fantastic Show is in the chat. Y'all can go ahead right over to him. But I do want to let don't think you got to speak. You've been waiting for a minute. Sika Inyang, go ahead. You got it.
Oh shit. All right, so appreciate it, Bernard. What's going on, brother? So just wanted to say two things in reference to what Game Changer said. And I don't think that Misogynoir is catching it. So I was watching this video with Dinesh D'Souza. He was debating this little college student. The college student was talking about reparations, how white supremacy is why the university existed and all this other stuff, and how taxpayers need to pay for reparations. Dinesh D'Souza asked him specifically, what have you done? Have you given any money to the people that you say that your ancestors have oppressed? He said no. He asked why. He said, I have to survive. That's the same exact thing that we just saw with Misogynoir and Game Changer. Instead of saying, you know what, my suggestion isn't really fleshed out, and I don't really believe in it wholeheartedly. What he's doing is refusing to take accountability for the effects that it's going to have in his own life by saying, I need to survive, but the plan actually works, so follow it anyways, right? So that's the first thing I want to say. The other thing is, what I've noticed in all this is that Misogynoir tends to be the type of person who has a lot of information, but kind of like what Ghost said, doesn't have experience with implementing what he's saying. And so, like Ghost said, if that's where you are in life, you shouldn't be talking. Or at best,
I have implemented stuff. I have 2 companies, my friend.
No. Implemented this particular plan. You've already said that you're not going to.
No, I'm going to implement it, just not for my own specific life, because I have a simpler plan that's going to work for me.
Wait. Right, you just said it. You're not going to implement it for your life.
My life. Right.
Exactly. But wait, if you're not going to implement it in your own life, then that plan you say isn't a truth that can be implemented for everybody.
No,
and if it's not implemented, no, you just said it can't. You can't say it can and then say it doesn't apply to me.
Yeah, they don't, because I have living with a different standard.
Well, wait, you can't say everybody but me. Everybody but me.
Hold on, Misogynoir, stop. What he's trying to say is, this is what I think you little peasants should do.
No,
right. He's saying you mere mortals.
Come on. And that's what I'm saying. So that he can disqualify himself from implementing it, he's lifting himself above the average person.
All right, go ahead, Game.
Let me clarify for you, Sika. Because he's a doctor, he's a PhD. So think about like that time that Martin Luther King Jr., who's also
he's a fake PhD.
I require silence. So think about that time that Martin Luther King Jr. Was riding on the back of the bus while everybody else was marching. Think about that. And that's the type of leader he is.
Right, and I agree. Right. All I'm saying is, if you're going to say, okay, perfect example. If you're going to implement a speed limit and say, for everybody's safety, you should only drive 35 miles an hour in this area. And then you drive 40 miles an hour, or 50 miles, 60 miles an hour. When people say, hey, I thought this was for everybody's safety, you say, well, this doesn't apply to my life. What you just said is that either A, you're better than everybody else, or B, your plan is bullshit.
I think he's more or less said that he thinks he's better than everybody else.
And I agree. And that's my point.
Time out. That's why he threw his PhD in the conversation, and that's why he threw the average IQ in the conversation. I don't have to do what you mere mortals and peasants have to do. That's what he's essentially saying.
Let me and so the question I have for Misogynoir, right, is what qualifies you outside of your PhD, outside of the
in physics,
those actually intrinsically, what qualifies you to implement this over other people?
Okay, see, I won't need to implement it. You guys can implement it yourself. What qualifies?
No.
I don't care what his qualifications. I don't care what his qualifications are. Hold on. I don't care what nobody qualifications.
Well, my point is the irony. Outside of saying he has a higher IQ, and outside of saying he has a PhD, it's just like a woman. When a woman says, well, I'm qualified for this type of man, and you go, okay, what qualifies you for that? Well, I got a PhD. Well, you strip the PhD out. All of a sudden, that person is a regular person.
Okay.
Outside of that, you don't have any leadership qualities. You're not trying to implement this yourself, so you don't have any leadership qualities. You don't have anything that's going to make somebody. You do. You don't have to. You don't have anything that's going to make anybody say I should trust this person.
All right.
Outside of your PhD.
Okay. All right. Stop. Everybody stop. I'm more or less about to just. Damn it! Why is that turning off? Shit. Okay, I'm more or less about to just let Game Changer. You was trying to say something. You pretty much about to get the last word.
Oh,
and thank you. No, not really. No, we good. Opinionated Brother Radio says just here to support. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Geno Smith sent another super chat.
Geno Richardson, man.
Geno, I don't know who Geno Smith is. That's somebody who played in the NFL, I think. I can't get it out of my head. Geno Richardson
for the Jets.
Yeah, he was quarterback for the Jets. I knew it. That's why that's in my head. Yeah, Geno Richardson, thank you for that super chat. Game Changer, go ahead, take us home.
Okay, so just so you know, the Martin Luther King thing was not a shot at Martin Luther King. He actually didn't ride on the back of the bus to any of the marches. He marched with the people. I was pointing out the hypocrisy of that a doctor does march with common people to a common goal. I was saying that to point out his hypocrisy. But yeah, missing that fact that Martin Luther King, because he would be a hypocrite if he during a bus boycott was riding on the back of a bus. That's what I was saying. He would actually sound like you, Misogynoir.
Yeah, that's why he got killed because he was in the front line.
Holy all right, I just had to go in and drop him. That was just stupid. He came out full troll at that point. That was just dumb as fuck. All right. All right, y'all. Hey, don't click off of the show. Click the link and just go right over to Fantastic. Everybody go right over to Fantastic right now. The link is right there in the chat. Go over to Fantastic. And we getting up out of here, y'all. Peace. Thank you, everybody who came through on the Super Chat, Cash App. If you like, share, subscribe, whatever the hell you did to support the show, even if you just dropped a bunch of stupid trolling comments in the chat, I appreciate you, and we are out of here. Peace.